This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Open Comms. It's Friday. We're back. We made it. We did it.
We did it.
We did it. Yo, Adrian.
Hi.
I'm Drayden. We got Dom here. Dom, how's it going?
Hello, hello.
Manic, how's it going?
What?
What?
Huh?
Oh, Mike's here.
Mike Azaria.
Is it Azaria?
It's Azariah.
Good. I'd have been very upset if I called him that plenty of times to his face. Even he never corrected me. Anyway, anything new happened this week?
I don't know. Look at the show notes.
Nothing. All right, we'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for coming by.
I don't know if CCP did anything this week, but
definitely one of the first
moving on the war
mentions.
front, of course.
This was efficient. Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, I was gonna get back to Akaroth. Roll him up in here.
I asked him in Discord and he didn't answer me. I think
Oh.
he's mad at me.
I'll Akaroth. You want? Yeah, I forgot to get back to you. I'll send you a Zoom link here in a second. Yeah. So before we get rolling too much, we were supposed to mention it last show. We didn't. Now it's in the past, but Bellicose Day was on Wednesday. That was it's a memorial for John Bellicose. A lot of us know Mom Bellicose very well. So she lost John to suicide years back, and so every year we have a Memorial Day for him, and a bunch of people show up. It's a big event. People like Sinos, and it's for him and Mom Bellicose and Sis Bellicose, but it's also just kind of a yearly thing for Broadcast for Reps. It's, there's the Broadcast for Reps group that is a bunch of people where if you need help with anything mental illness wise or anything like that. Now they're not it's not professionals, but if you just need someone to talk to, someone to get a hold of, to chill with, they're there for that. So it's kind of a push for, hey, if you need help, get help. And these are people you can get a hold of. So
Mental health awareness.
Yeah, mental health awareness. That's a much better way to put it.
I believe May, which starts tomorrow, is Mental Health Awareness Month, I believe. Yeah. Anyway, that's an interesting coincidence.
I didn't know that either. But so I was gonna do opening shots for Mom, for John, and everyone else.
I took one while you were talking, but I'm gonna take another.
Doubled up. Should have been ready with this already pre-poured, but I didn't.
Did not have enough taste buds killed yet for that one.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, Mom and John.
And oh crap! There was a video here. I was gonna put it up. Shoot, it was a video. It was a little thing Dunk posted on Twitter. It was so a bunch of people show up for this. Man, it was like, if you watched, I know Mom Bellicose put out a tweet with some her video was she was using her phone to record her monitor, which was excellent. And it was just, man, it was a massive fireworks show.
A lot of fireworks.
Yeah, it was really cool. But Dunk put a video out where I don't know whose Titan it was. I thought the thing was going on in a high sec system, but it's I'm guessing it's obviously low sec.
Oh, was there PvP?
I mean, like, they're kind of always. I don't know.
There was
There's
some other
always
stuff
people
going
that-
on in the system also, like war related stuff. So
Oh, okay.
there was
Yeah,
kind of
I thought it
double
was
duty
held in
system.
high sec.
Yeah, well, no, because I don't think so. Because
It wasn't. It was in.
I know that in
Aquarius
the video
somewhere.
that Dunk posted, there was a Dreadnought. You could see a Naglfar on there, and
Couple
I
of the
think the
Triglavian
only Dreadnought in
Dreadnoughts.
high sec is the Veldknot that
There's a couple others, but I think the
I don't
Velknot
think
is
any
the
of those
most
guys
popular
play
one.
though. I think the only one with an active player
Right, is Kriba.
Kriba. Yeah, I was like, man, I can't remember. Space Jesus, what's his name? And then there was a
Space
Titan
Pope?
that Doomsday. I think it was they Bosun Doomsday to like at the end, like the closing, like okay, Belko's day is over. All the people with Sinos up, they just boson to the whole field or whatever. So, or at least the group of them. So that was pretty sweet.
Cool.
I will try and find that video. I got it ready and didn't put it in.
So there was that. What else we got? What I'm looking at
Some
our.
movement on the war front, a little bit.
Oh, you can.
I don't really know.
Somebody
either.
else can talk about that.
I don't know much about
We're
what
pushed-
I don't-
we're
I don't
pushed a
know.
little
We're-
tighter.
we
I
are
know
not
that
war
the last
correspondents.
keep star that is
I would
outside
put-
of 1DQ has been killed. So it's like they're down to a final bastion of
11, I
defenses.
believe. That's total number of keep stars left.
There's what?
11, I believe.
11 left?
11 left. Yeah.
I
In
thought
the
I was
whole
seeing
game?
ping saying it was the
Oh, ours.
the last keeps. Well, maybe I wonder if they're
We have
talking about
five.
just goons.
There's 5 of them in 1DQ.
Okay, but I mean, I wonder if they're saying just goon keep. I don't know because I was
No,
seeing
no,
pings like the
yeah,
last.
just the war. Our keep star. The last of the non 1DQ constellations are down.
Okay.
All we got left is the 1DQ constellation, which I'm
Gotcha.
not sure what the name of it is. But we've been pushed back that far for a while now, but they've tightened the noose.
I can't find the video. Damn it. I'll post it later or something.
Well, just so everybody knows, there's a video out there somewhere. It shows really cool stuff.
If you just go to
let's
if
go
you
watch
just go to Dunk Dinkle's Twitter, you'll see it. He posted it pretty recently. Don't laugh at me, man. I have great file management.
It's fucking
We're
production
off to a
value.
great
Yeah,
start
it's an
here.
The
excellent
production value
start.
is amazing, isn't it?
Well, I was so ready, and then I wasn't. But
You've been working on shit till like 6 o'clock too, right? Or 4 o'clock your time.
no, well, yeah, off and on. I was working on. I mean, the thing is, like, that's just the show note prep stuff. I start getting other stuff ready earlier, but yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of like actual changes. Well, no, I'll take that back. There was the industry thing, but little quick
Did it
things.
go live? It did, right?
Yeah, that was Tuesday.
It's like phase 2 of it.
So that's
there's
kind
gonna
of something
be more.
big. That's kind
Yeah.
of big.
Real quick, there's some new packs. So Manic's favorite starter packs. The no, that was good last week.
There's a new Ortha skin.
There's just do it.
Okay, yeah. Starter pack. These are actually like not what I thought they would all have a bunch of skill points and they're not. So you got the starter pack, $7, and it's basically just 7 days of Omega. They give you 10 plex, so that's gonna. I mean, I don't really see what much. I mean, other than just
are we seriously gonna sit here and go through each pack?
they don't have much. There's only 3 packs and they don't have much. There's like 4 things in each one. But I'm just saying like 10 plex, so you're gonna sell that for 30 million. I mean, I guess if you're a brand new player, 30 million is not a bad chunk of change to start with, because everything you're gonna be buying is like 50,000 here, 100,000 there. And then other than that, like some skin. No, that one doesn't even have it. Oh, 4 frigate skins, and some suits to put on your avatar. So that's
Which
the starter
skin?
pack.
Did it say?
They just say 4 frigate skins. Enforcer pack, $25. That's a month of Omega, 110 plex. 4 cruiser skins, core ship operations expert system. So that basically puts the core skills at level 3 for you for a week, and some filaments and combat suits again. Still no skill
Nice.
points. So
So
it's
according
not
to Skyhawk, there was a lore event this week. What, do
Yeah.
you know what it was?
Hold on, Drayden's got one more pack.
one
to go
more
through.
pack.
Oh, there's
one more
one
pack.
more?
This is the
Oh my
doozy.
god!
$55. You get 2 months of Omega, 500 plex, so essentially three months of Omega, 250,000 skill points. So this is the only pack that actually offers skill points. It's only 250,000. So I don't know. That seems like
When do those end?
No, these are just available for.
They're-
They're just available. You can only get one of each of these packs per account though. Ever. So once you buy one, that's it. You can't buy any more. You just can't keep buying them. So, Battlecruiser skins, core ship operations expert, and that's it. So, if you want those, you can buy them. What's up, SCP? Oh man.
I want some now, damn it.
And then there was a Mayday sale. I'm just doing
Those
the
are
quick
cool,
sale
yeah.
stuff earlier. I mean, like, these are like, you can find these. I'm sure they'll be all over on the launcher, but there's a Mayday sale. If you buy 2,860 Plex bundle, you get a Red Claw Sable Bargus skin.
Oh, I got that.
Nice. And then there's an Orthrus skin too. Yeah. Anyway, so you get some skin. I don't know. There's some sales going on.
I got the one that's at the Orthrus, Red Claw Orthrus one. I already had the Garmer.
Oh, you weren't joking. You actually have that one.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's a skin, baby.
Oh, fuck yeah, bud.
I lick the insides of them and then
Oh,
stick them
fuck
to
yeah,
my
bud.
face.
I love that saying.
I love the skins.
Have you seen that video, Manic?
Letterkenny?
Just out for a rip?
It's from Letterkenny, right?
Well, I think it's just a saying that people say in Canada. So it's
Right,
probably
yeah.
from all
I believe
over.
the clip
But...
is Letterkenny. Then.
Okay.
No, it's not really. It's not really
Is it?
everything. It's I don't know the guy's name, but there's if you have to maybe we'll play it in the after show. I don't know. It's a great. It's honestly should
Okay.
be the Canadian anthem, national anthem.
Let's get back onto Eve's stuff.
Okay. I keep trying
So
to.
we got through the packs and the Mayday sale. What else?
Eve Webby Award still going on.
Did we win?
No, it's going until May 6th.
Oh,
Get votes in.
Jesus.
Keep voting. I'll put
Only
the
vote
link up.
once, though, right?
Spin up.
Well, you can vote
Take-
once per
take
account you
your-
make. So if you want to spam a bunch of emails and make new accounts, you can keep voting.
Take your mining bots offline and spin them up to vote in the Webby Awards.
You know they got a switch. They just turned into voting bots.
Eve
You know
is
they-
still
Right,
winning.
right.
I checked it right before. Eve is still up at 42% of the votes, and the next runner-up is at 33. So still a solid
So they
lead.
dropped,
but
though. They were 45.
solid lead, but it's only 9% of a lead. I was looking at like who's in the second place. It's some like food nutrition game program thing that the Smithsonian made. So that's our
Oh,
competition.
we're competing against the Smithsonian?
Yeah, we
Shit.
are. Yeah,
And we're
so-
winning?
And we're winning.
I want to see that as a meme now, like one of those who would win.
Better than the
Who
Smithsonian.
would win, the Smithsonian or one video game
Eve.
boy?
Blackjack, what's up? Yeah. So I mean, that's all the quick stuff. Then we got the vote. Oh, Ray Oda. Oh, you already voted last week. That's right. And then we got the patches, industry stuff. The
I think this is the first patch notes in a long time that I didn't bother to read.
it's updates of blueprints, reactions, components, requirements. So basically, it's Edencom ships are going to what crystalline carbonide knots gonna be used for them. I haven't
It's
produced
a
any of the
shit ton of
faction
changes.
stuff.
This
So
is
this
Lots and lots of changes.
This
This-
was the mining, or not the mine. This was the industry bullshit that everybody's been
industry.
complaining
Yeah,
about.
this is-
Yep.
some of the changes are going through. There's
no,
one where like
all of them
T2
went
ships
through.
are no longer return
This was the
basic
second half.
materials, so they're not. They're basically taking all of, like the like titanium, pyrite, all that. Like when you reprocess a Tech 2 ship, you're not going to be getting minerals back. I'm assuming you're getting Tech 2 pieces back because that's essentially what you're building. Because when you're building a Tech 2 ship, you take a Tech 1 ship and then apply Tech 2 materials to it, and that's so instead of just getting a bunch of Tech 1 minerals back, you're going to be getting. I'm
I
assuming
think
some of the
I
Tech
think
2
you
stuff
get a
back.
bucket of piss and tinfoil.
Yeah, pretty much. And then something to do with all the other ones is like gas stuff. So, what is it like? They're doubling so something to do with. I've never done gas mining, but my Coxarosin boosters. Is that how you say it?
You're, what's
It
wrong
is-
with your
it is
what's wrong
now.
with your Coxarosin, Graydon?
Is that how you say that gas? Like my
It is now.
Coxarosin?
Mercoxin?
No.
Yeah, I think so.
What's roast? No, it's no. You're thinking like Mercoxit.
Mercoxit. That's what
That's
I'm
the
thinking
that's
of.
the
No.
mineral. No,
Are you talking about the gas?
no. It's,
Mitosorosin?
no, it's
My Sharona?
well, maybe it's supposed to be mitosorosin, but they must have typoed because I copy
Myshirona.
pasted from their article and it's got a K in there. It's MYK.
The K is silent.
Oh, it's
The K is silent.
mycosaracin. I read that as my coxarosin.
Wait, how do you say it?
my
My
coxarosin.
No, how do you actually say
Yeah,
it?
Oh,
I think that's it.
Mitosaracin?
Mitosaracin, and you thought it was my coxarosin?
I mean, it's got
It's
cock in
close,
it.
right? They
There's
both are
not
the
even an X in there, Drayden.
It's got cock in it, Manic.
Does it have cock in it?
It's got lots of
Cock
that.
in it.
How much cock does it have in it?
Too much.
One.
How many?
Specifically one. Unless you're talking about plural, my
let's move on.
coxarosins.
Thank you. Bye.
All right.
Bye. My coxarosin has
That
left
worked
the
out well.
building. So let's move on.
Okay. Well, that's it. The bonuses for some of those drugs like synth
That's
pill
not
stuff.
it.
They doubled the bonuses.
There's way more changes than that. They changed it to where now battleships require more than just minerals. That
So-
all went into
so
effect.
That was in
Shit-
the phase
shit's
one. This
gonna
is
get
phase
more
two.
expensive
of this
all
rethink.
around.
It went active with live in phase 2.
This is the final phase of the
Correct,
industry
yes.
changes.
All
Okay.
that's just live now.
Yeah. Well.
Well, but they did say in their thing that they're going to listen to player feedback and make adjustments. If they agree, they'll make adjustments accordingly.
Oh, and then Explorate, they did a defect fix. So fixed an issue where the expected increase of my coxarosin gas was not functioning correctly. These sites can now be found in low sec and null sec like they're supposed to, basically. So they fixed
Never
the
did.
cock
Cool.
gas.
They fixed the cox gas.
Yeah. There you go. Okay.
Mycosaracin.
Okay, so it is supposed to be with a K in there, but it's mycosaracin.
Coxarocin.
Stop!
That is so funny.
There's-
My coxarocin.
I want a T-shirt that says that.
What's
There-
rocin?
Oh man, we need a
It's when you get a real bad sunburn on your cock.
we're gonna have to find like the actual like chemical formula and stuff. And put it on a shirt.
What's yeah? My coxarocin.
And just for like open comms and on the back put the chemical formula and be like, are your coxarosin? that could be the Vegas shirt. I don't know. Oh, that'll be good.
How are we're only half an hour in and we're already this
How
slap
are we?
happy.
We're not even half an hour, 20
We're not-
minutes in.
Jesus Christ.
20 minutes,
This is
yeah.
gonna be a long show.
uh,
I think the more we drink, the shorter it gets.
yeah. I'm like not even having any chance to get stuff rolling. I don't have a.
What can we do to help, Drayden?
Can you pour my whiskey for me?
I'm gonna
I
drink.
can-
I'm gonna
I
drink for you.
cannot.
Does that work?
Okay. So patch stuff out of the way. Why isn't Discord opening? Hello. There we go. Ah,
you,
fuck.
you need to be nicer to it.
All right. So we got patch notes, packs, Abyssal Proving Grounds for all 40 of you who care.
Mm.
I think there's actually more now. It's like 46.
The monthly economic report for all the 5 of you that care.
I'm one of those
Um,
5. I read that thing.
Where's the 18 years of Eve thing?
It
Where's the
actually
link to
didn't
that?
show up. It didn't show up in the thing. That's why I was.
God
I
damn it.
just.
Oh, it's right there. Jesus.
yeah, I put
Okay.
it in
What?
the. I just went and found the link for it. So
18
yeah.
years old. Eve is 18 years old on May
6th.
3rd,
didn't see the date.
6th. May 6th.
6th. Okay.
We just want to roll into the Eve stories then. 'Cause
The
that's
lore
pretty-
stuff?
What else is there to talk about?
Not much. That's why I was trying to just blaze through that early stuff. Akrath, how's it going?
let's-
Mission
Akrath
accomplished.
joins
Get
as
into
well. Yeah. So the deadline to submit videos is done now, I believe.
So we don't know because we don't have
So
the link.
so they were holding this not necessarily a contest, but kind of a contest, but it sounds like they're going to put together some kind of promotional material, some kind of promotional video to celebrate the 18 years of Eve using clips submitted by people. That's what this sounds like to me.
Yeah. So
Which is a cool idea. I'm not shitting on it. This is awesome. CCP is good at stuff like this.
Yeah, well, and so, I mean, they got some prizes going out for winners and stuff. So But first place, you get 3,000 plex. That's what, half a year of game time if you want to do it for that, or
Or a
just
whole
shitload
lot of
money.
skins. A lot
Shitload of
skins.
money, shitload of skins. Oh, I gotta fix the nameplates. Damn
I
it!
think
Oh,
they're
no.
trying to recapture some of the success of This Is Eve.
Yeah, God, that was such lightning in a bottle. I
Yeah.
saw a post on Reddit. It was either earlier this week or sometime last week. So somebody was suggesting that CCP make another one of those, a modern This Is Eve, because This Is Eve is like, it was like what, 2017.
Right.
So it's a few years old at this point, but it's like there's no way you can recreate that trailer. That
Agreed.
it was like the CCP did not set out to make that trailer as awesome as it was. It was just an idea that they had, but it blew
And it's
up.
also banked like they're. Well, I guess they were asking for videos from the all last 18 years, but I was gonna say like that This Is Eve trailer, that was a bunch of choice recordings from all points in the history. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, because you can't just do another. Yeah, like you can't just copy it, because
You
otherwise
can't.
it's just a copy. But I mean,
Yeah.
you've used all the best content you could find, I guess, for
Right.
the first one.
and it was just
It
such.
might be new content though. That's good. Who knows?
I
That's
mean,
true.
they could. I think even if they just kind of duplicated the same format, like using the player recordings and using the awesome orchestral swelling music with this awesome action shots and whatever, and Akaroth is there doing karate.
There was a fly.
Like they could make a new trailer, do the exact same thing, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would capture like. It wouldn't really capture the feeling of the original,
No, I agree.
because the original, it just came out of nowhere. It was like nothing CCP had ever done before, and it really resonated with people. It was lightning in a bottle. You can't do it again.
And if you recall, people did like a tribute version right after This Is Really
Right, this
Eve. Do
is
you remember?
really Eve.
And I
yeah.
think that just helped
That
to
was-
kind of
yeah.
snowball with it. People
Yeah,
were like
it was
they
fun.
liked both of them. They were like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
really good, and this is pretty honest.
Here's the other side. Like here's what CCP's not showing you.
Right,
is
yeah.
all these people
You're gonna
losing
like
their
it for
shit.
both reasons.
Right. It's good for both reasons. Yeah.
The
Both of them are accurate too.
Well, so real tiny tangent. What's the lightning in the bottle analogy? Like what does it mean? Like you can't do it twice?
Well, I guess
If you did it
it's
once.
You could do it again.
There's
That's a good
definitely
point.
ways
you
You
can
could
like-
do it
think-
once. Yeah.
I think the
I'm just
the
poking
logic behind
surprise.
it is like your odds
Yeah.
of capturing lightning in a bottle are very low.
Yeah, I was
So
just
when you do it, that's statistically that's going to be the last time you ever do it. I think that's the logic behind the
I,
metaphor.
I think lightning is so kick ass. You got it bottled up. You open it. It surprises you because it's
That's
lightning in a
not-
bottle.
That's not how it works.
That's what exactly what
No.
it means.
the other thing though
Pops
with
you right in the
with
face,
the
and no one
This
likes
Is
that.
Eve trailer they did. It's funny because there's a lot of people. I wouldn't say a lot, but I definitely did see some posts by people I didn't know, and then also there's people that like a bunch of friends of mine. They know I play Eve. None of them play Eve. Like a few of them tried it, and it wasn't their thing. But you know, they'll every time there's a big fight, I'll be on Discord, and they'll be like, "Hey, so I saw some big fight thing. What was happening with that?" I'm like, "Well, let me tell you.
I don't know. I don't play enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
I
had
can give them
experiences like
the
that with-
basics and the gist. I can't give them like all this, and then this group's espionage did this, and then it's like I don't know all the I'm an F1 pilot. I don't know all that shit, but I can be like, this group did this, this happened, this group went and fought this, and then this.
you give them like the
summary.
Cliff's notes,
Yeah.
the bird's eye view of the
Right.
situation. Yeah. You don't need to get
Um,
into the weeds.
But with that Eve trailer, only one of my friends that I know like actually watched it, and they asked the question. They're like, "Wait, was this?" They thought it was scripted, and I was like, "No,
That's
those
exactly
are
right, Ackroth.
those are actual voice recordings from players just playing the game. That was not something that they were doing for videos or for anything. That's just like that is kind of just how the game rolls.
They weren't playing up the enthusiasm for the
Yeah.
sake of the video.
Now,
It was natural.
It's like not every because some of those things in there you'd hear like people are being. I mean, when you get in the big fleets, like a lot of the FCs are they're pretty serious. They're like, do this, hey, go this, give me intel on that, and they start using all these like lingo and stuff that you would think it sounds like almost like an actual military operation, and it's like no, that's how the game is actually played in those areas. And
and
there's
that's
I saw
how-
posts online where people are like that's bullshit. that's not real. It's like, no, it's real. And they're like, fuck you. No, it's not. It's like, all right, fuck you. I mean, I didn't get in one of those fights, but I saw
Fuck you,
the
bro.
back and forth where like me saying like that was other people doing that. So it was just kind of like, well, I mean, you're never gonna convince them. I wouldn't have poked at him. Maybe I would have. Did I just kill it? Are we done?
What was the point?
No,
what
I'm
was the
reading
point
about
of
Oh
the
no, I was.
story?
The,
I,
the,
I
the,
forgot.
the
I
point
forgot
was-
why you were telling that.
the
story.
point was that it captured this whole because
Lightning
it
in the
seemed
bottle.
like an epic cinematic thing with actual written
Oh,
dialogue, and it's
it
not written
seemed stri-
dialogue.
it
It's like
was-
that's so.
You were like, so okay, I get what you're.
Yeah,
you're-
yeah.
what
The
you're
impressive
saying
part is that it makes it seem like that these are over the top epic moments, and they kind of were in their own right, but at the same time, it's like that's shit that's happening every day in the game. Like,
Yeah.
that's just how it's played.
what,
We're just that
what,
cool all the time.
What you're saying is the trailer was so good that it couldn't have been scripted. That's what this
Mm.
that's what you were this conversation you had. That's what
Absolutely,
you were
yeah,
getting at?
absolutely. That's exactly.
We were
Took
so
the
cool,
words
dude.
out of
It
my
was
mouth. That's what I was.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
No,
What
it
you
makes
said.
sense. Just listen. No, what this person you were talking to, the point they were making is that the trailer was so good that it couldn't have been scripted.
Yeah, or no,
Oh, it'd be the other way
people.
around. It
Yeah,
had to
people
be
were thinking that
scripted.
it was so good that it had to be scripted, and
Yeah,
it wasn't.
that's how it.
So it was
That's
unbelievable
what I
that it
meant.
wasn't scripted. Yeah,
But not what you said.
I'm really
Listen,
confused.
you-
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Listen, you guys, you three are smart, okay?
No,
I shouldn't. I don't
no,
feel
no.
like I don't feel like I should have to dumb down my language. For
Who's
you
on
guys.
first?
But you do.
Who's on
sometimes.
first?
Oh,
Don't ask me.
Anywho,
That didn't go nearly as far down that rabbit hole as it should have.
Anywho's on first. Jesus Christ. Okay, now we're half an hour in. Oh my God, that was only 10 minutes. Guys, this show is going to be so fucking long. I don't know why I feel this way. I feel like time is slowing down. I'm freaking out.
You're getting older.
it's all right, man. Well, no,
Time's
I thought that made
time
it go
speed-
faster.
Oh,
No,
speeds
so
up,
it
doesn't
goes
it? Yeah.
faster
As
when
you
you get
go
No,
older.
older.
no, that's not true.
It goes
Well,
faster
we're
when
doing
you're
opposite
If you
older.
get high,
Do you
if
know
you get
why?
high all the time.
Do you know
it
why?
slows
Listen to
down.
this.
I
This
know
is-
why.
this is-
I do know why. I watched the thing.
Can
on
I
this.
can I explain it?
Yes.
So I can feel smart.
Yeah.
So the reason time feels like it's going faster as you get older is because your brain is processing less information. Because as you have more experiences, you recognize things easier. You expect certain things to happen, right?
And stop
your
paying
brain-
attention to them.
Yeah, it gets to a point where you see certain things so often your brain just tunes it out. So your brain's not processing as much information. So like in between, okay, wait, no, I had it and I lost it. Fuck. Okay, when you're young, when you're like a kid, your brain is processing a lot. It's processing everything because it's never seen it before. So your brain is working in overload and it's going so fast that it feels like time is going really slow.
I
Like,
don't think that's right either.
no, it is because
it-
like think back to when you were a kid
It has
and like
no, it's-
summer
it's how
summer
gravity
vacation. You had
affects things.
3 months. 3 months of summer vacation felt like an eternity at one point, right?
No, I
It
don't
was
know.
never long.
When you were, it was never long enough. But gosh, to be a kid and think that 3 months summertime,
And
3
how
months
long
of no
it felt
school,
like waiting.
It's actually a
outside.
felt
mathematical-
like
there's
that
a
felt like a
mathematical
long
equation that
time. But
explains exactly
now
what the
3 months is
phenomenon is.
nothing. 3 months goes
Sure.
by like that.
So it's not just what you're saying, Manic, but the other thing the thing I saw was
What I'm saying is your brain's perception of time speeds up as it processes less information.
It's not just that though. It's also how much of your life is being
How much
viewed
you've lived
compared
and
to
how
your
much has
whole
got to
life.
go.
Because the thing is like
Yes.
the analogy I saw is when you're a year old, 1 year is 100% of your entire life. When you get to 2 years old, 1 year is half of your life, and you keep going down and down and down, and eventually by the time you're like 30, 1 year is a pretty small
Calculated.
portion of your entire life,
Small,
and therefore it
yeah.
doesn't seem like as significant as it
And it
did
keeps
when you were
getting smaller
younger,
and smaller
when a
the
year
you
was a
get.
much
Yep.
larger portion of your life. So, and also when you're younger, like this is also what you're saying is like you have a lot of firsts and big experiences because they're like, oh, the first time I did this, and things seemed much more grandiose than later on when you're doing the same things again, and then it's like it's not as like memorable. So you have much more memorable major moments early in your life on top of when you're younger in your life. Shorter amounts of time are larger portions of your overall life at that point. And so it's like a nostalgia thing of your brain thinking back to that portion, that small portion being much more impactful than a single year when you're like 40 or 50.
I feel like we're saying the same thing.
Yeah,
in
it's
different ways.
pretty much the same thing, yeah.
I agree. I think you're right. It is
Okay.
people just say
Anyway,
it different.
What else
There's a
happened in
mathematical
Eve
way of
this
saying
week,
it,
guys?
and then there's a
What else happened
feeling
in
way.
Eve this week? Take us home. Take us home.
Well, there's only one more thing that's going on with the CSM and stuff, but I was figuring, like, it's 18 years of Eve. We're talking about the celebratory stuff of Eve. We can just go back into... Why not just fucking
Go
talk about some
full
shit?
on
Go back
trying to
down
reminisce?
memory lane.
nostalgia mode.
Full
I love
nostalgia, mode.
Let's do it.
Do you remember when they took away training?
We gotta
Training-
hold on,
the
Drayden. You
learning?
have to
No.
change
Yeah,
the
learning.
color scheme. You have to change the color scheme of the stream to like purple and blue, like synth wavy neon, to get the nostalgia feel.
Can I do that?
I don't know. It's a bad joke.
It can
Forget
be
it.
done.
Let's keep
Can
talking.
you
Damn
do
it.
it? I don't know. Do you remember when they took out learning skills?
No.
I do.
Vaguely, but not specifically when. I just
was-
enjoyed having
those
all
were
that
crazy.
unallocated for years.
I
Yeah,
remember
you
when
guys
my
are
friend
old.
It was
told me,
just
if you
really
join
nice
Eve-
to get that big
You guys
chunk
are
of
old,
SP.
old.
Well,
was
my buddy told me if you
2010.
join Eve, you don't play for the first month because the first month you're gonna be training learning. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to train learning, then you have to train Tech 2 learning.
Yeah, all the learning skills did
was crazy. I love it.
help you learn other skills faster.
Faster, yeah.
So those were the first things you train, and they had no effect on your actual gameplay.
It was the original Magic 14, but without any of the benefits of the Magic 14.
Right.
You just had to do it, and everybody explained
you
when
just
you
had-
joined
yeah,
your
you-
first player
if you
corporation. They were like,
didn't-
just knock this out, and then we'll start working on you.
If you
It
didn't,
was-
you fell behind rather quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Like
it was
you,
this
you would
chunk
put it
of
off, don't get me
time.
wrong.
It was
You would,
this
like,
chunk of
side
time
train.
that really wasn't benefiting anything. And yeah.
I want to be able to fly a Tristan at some point, so I got to get Frigate 3. So maybe I'll pause on the learning skills for a minute. And yeah, it takes longer than it should because you're a noob and you want to actually like be able to have skills.
Getting rid of
was
learning
such a
skills
terrible
was a smart move.
So in the
When was
time that
that?
you've
Can we
played
find that out?
Eve,
I think
And
that
all the
was,
time that
it
you
was
played
either
Eve-
2010 or 2011.
and all the time you played Eve, what's the favorite thing that CCP added to the game? What's the favorite thing? In just your time, would you think of?
Oh, damn.
That's tough.
That's a good question. Yeah.
I feel like we should have prepared for that.
No,
No, that's a solid question. Like, there's a lot of good things. I mean, like,
because it's got to be different for
2010.
everybody. If you've been playing since 2005,
Was it
it might be
2010?
different.
I think so, yeah.
2011, November
2011.
2010, they announced learning skills are going away.
I mean,
November
I
25,
could-
CCP grayscale.
I could cite a bunch of big, massive, impactful changes.
no, what one thing
But
that
I'm
they added to the
wondering
game?
what
that you
would be
like?
the biggest one for me, because a lot of the biggest impacts for me weren't necessarily changes in
So
building
Carnero
the game. It was
says
more
multiple
things
jumps,
that I did.
clones in one station. That's a good one.
That's
That's
really
that-
recent.
That's
yeah.
a recent one.
That's
yeah.
like
But it
that
is a
was
really
like,
good one.
That was like this month.
Yeah.
That is one of the biggest game changers, like quality of life wise, in
But
many
also,
years.
Carnos was
It really
asking
was, yeah. That's a
if
good
anyone
one.
would be interested in a 20th anniversary collector's edition box.
I bought it. I
we
liked it.
we
I've
had
got
the
two of 'em.
10. We had the
We had the
10 year.
10.
I've got the 10-year. I'd buy it. Yeah, I would.
I still
didn't
have
get-
my original
I didn't get the
off-the-shelf
10,
box.
but I would
Oh,
probably buy the
you said
20.
20. I thought you meant 10. I've got 10. I'd buy it too for sure.
I would buy a 20th anniversary. Yeah, definitely.
But the
That is a good one. That's not my favorite thing they've added. My favorite thing they added to the game were the new battle cruisers. I fucking love those
The
things.
tier 3, the
The
attack
tier-
battle cruisers.
Yeah,
Mm,
I just
okay.
love those.
See,
when
those-
they added
that was an
That's my
interesting one.
favorite thing they added to the game. so far.
that's
I
funny
just
because
love
those were already in the game when I started playing, but those were like when I started playing, that was the most recent expansion and edition. Like that was Crucible, or no, it was the
That
one
sounds
before.
right, yeah.
It was right before Crucible, I think.
Remember when we used to know them by name?
Yeah, it was early 2012. I think like early March or
2 expansions a year. That's all we
2012.
want.
That's when I started playing, and that was like the new hotness was all the sniping hit and run battle cruiser fleets with
Yeah.
the tornadoes and the
The
knives.
Oracle.
Oracle and the fucking and the
Oracle's
Talon.
not as much. I mean, I know
I
people
like the
had
Oracle.
those, but
They're sweet.
when I
Matter of fact,
came in and
have
finally
that-
started
I
playing,
bought that little Oracle model that they sell.
yeah, when I came in and started playing, it was all about the 1400 tornado sniping fleets and not 425
Windrunners?
Windrunners. Is that what they call them?
Windrunners is those like high align time, high tracking, and nothing else basically tornadoes, and you usually have like an interceptor.
I don't know. Like, I was in a smaller like Meat Shield Alliance, and I think I think we just put max damage with some tracking mids, I think, and just 1400s. I had to use the scouts because I didn't have Tech 2 skills, and they were expensive. It was like 6 or 7 million per gun back then.
Sikander throws out their nullified interceptors.
I remember when I first.
I remember I actually didn't like that change when it came out, but eventually it ended up being nice. But at first I was like, no, interceptors are already fucking bullshit.
It felt terrible for a while, and then I was just like,
the tornado
so good.
Until you go on a fleet of 100 of them.
This one actually was courtesy of CCP for they sent
a tornado.
Yeah, they sent Open Comms a mixed dimensions ship on the house.
That's awesome.
Nice. What I don't like is there's no guns on them.
Are you saying they ate the $40 shipping?
Well, and they the free ship too. Like they just.
I'm kidding.
I just gave them my address and they sent it to me. So that was
2 ounces of plastic.
Yeah, it was dopamine. It was dopamine that got a hold of me again.
It was a good joke, Akrov.
I felt like I had
it's
to.
True.
No, I need the r/whoosh subreddit, please, because that was that was right over me.
I know I'm behind the time. I'm old and stuff. I'd never heard that. That's funny.
Grind.
Yeah.
Your merch should be more accessible.
It's
figure out your shipping.
It's not a difficult
Everybody's
problem to solve. Yeah.
No, it's not.
But yeah, no, I liked those things. They were fun to fly. But yeah, we didn't do some like super break it down. We just kind of, it was like, we're gonna land on field, we're gonna lock something, shoot it, hope it dies, and then we're gonna run away. If you get caught, die quietly.
I'm
was
pretty
the
sure that's Windrunners.
Okay, yeah, we ran. We didn't call them that. We just called them sniping tornadoes.
I think Test called it the Doctrine Windrunners, and basically you landed, shot off a volley, moved, landed, shot off a volley, moved, and they were agile and they just alphaed like a motherfucker. Yeah, so like you just had somebody burning pings for you, and you would just warp the group, volley, warp the group, volley.
Yeah, and it was Nagas eventually came up behind those afterwards and ended up being better. It's up to Lana. For some reason the Nagas were better, and I don't know why. Like
Talos is
they didn't hit as hard. They didn't hit as hard, but they shot farther.
Well,
that might have been maybe that was better because they could outrange
the Talos. That was my favorite one.
I liked the Talos.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Blaster Taloses, like get up in the face. Yeah, those were good. And then Slippery Pete's became a thing. Those are Tengus. And the awful thing about Slippery Pete's is my alliance kept trying to use the sniping tornado thing, and guess what? You can't hit with sniping tornadoes, Slippery Pete's, and you can't. Like they just, we would be trying to run from them, and they would just land, and we couldn't shoot them. We'd shoot like 2 or 3 volleys, miss, and they'd kill like half of our fleet.
I think a lot of their appeal was like a very small like signature, basically, and they were also very hard to probe, if I recall.
You couldn't. They were unprobable for a while. Until they made those changes,
that was a thing, actually, yeah.
And then they made some changes where you couldn't be technically unprobable, but they were as close to it as you could possibly
Difficult.
get.
Yeah.
So it went from the Slipperies to the Sneaky Pete's after that. Then after those changes, those are fun too.
I've never flown much in the way of tier 3 cruisers because I already found just ship fittings to be interesting and complex enough to not have to be like, this ship could be doing 4 different things. Like, what? No. And I just never dove into them.
Yeah, they always just confused me because I didn't know how to
do
anything. It's like all the different subsystems. It's just
modifier.
Like yeah, and like
if
pretty much.
Me a fit, I'll fly one, but I don't go out of my way.
Yeah, pretty much by the time I was able to actually fly those things with max skills and everything, they weren't really used for anything except for you had like the 1 or 2 like. We need a webbing Loki, or we need a very specific support ship, and it's like if you don't know what you're doing and how to fit it right, because then you're probably gonna just get laughed at and named and shamed. And I was like, nah, damn it! I just want to fly a whole fleet. I want to fly legions. I just want to fly a fleet of legions, and that never happened.
Join Imperium then. We do it all the time.
you guys fly legions.
So the Proteus days were dope. Also, I did like the Proteus. I was sad when they nerfed it. Needed to be done, but I was still sad.
Manic, is that something out of Tennessee? I feel like my sister brought me like a mason jar thing with that same similar logo, but it
Oh.
didn't
Those
have
like
pickles. in it.
alcohol
It was like
pickles?
White Lightning or something.
Yeah, they're the Old Smoky moonshine pickles. My daughter took a road trip to California, and on her way back, I Venmoed her some cash, and she picked these up for me because I can't find them in Utah.
Interesting. Is
I
the rest
got
of the
mason
juice
jars with green
booze?
stuff in them too, but there's no liquid in it.
Yeah,
so.
the liquid is moonshine, and the
Nice.
pickles are just soaking in it. It's really good.
That's awesome.
I mean, so back on the some of the most impactful changes.
No. We're not done with the pickle discussion yet, Drayden.
Okay.
Boozy pickles.
Wow.
is
No,
a fucking
no,
thing
go
you can talk
no.
about for a long
Keep
time.
talk-
No,
keep
no,
talking
go-
about
go-
Eve.
go-
I'm just
go
gonna
on
eat
about-
pickle. I'm gonna eat pickles while you guys talk about
Go on
Eve.
about your pickle.
Tell us about your pickle, Manic.
Listen,
that-
my pickle is delicious.
Is that a mycoxarosin pickle?
I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
The so I know Citadel's I think has probably been one of the biggest impact changes.
But favorite, I asked, not impact.
Yeah.
Favorite changes.
Favorite.
If anybody says Citadels is their favorite change,
No,
I
there
don't
was
want top
someone
one.
that did. There was someone that did like the. I mean, there's a lot of people that like the whole Citadel change.
I like the Citadel
understand
concept.
it.
It's not my favorite
Drayden,
change.
what was your favorite expansion?
could be a single item from an expansion. It
Oh
don't
my
matter.
God, Drayden, we all have our favorite.
I already told you
I
mine.
thought of mine, but I'm waiting for you.
Like I said, it's like there's a lot of favorite moments I have,
You're as wishy-washy as they
but
come.
those
aren't you?
weren't specific to an
You
expansion.
know,
Just get
you know
out
what
there on
you
the
are.
fucking stoop,
You
and
know what
wishy-washy
you are,
sidewalk.
Drayden? You're a flip flopper.
I'm a flip
You're
flopper,
a,
dude.
you're a
Damn,
fence
Scott.
sitter.
I'm a-
Pick a
dude.
side, Drayden.
Yeah, but
Oh, Delano
I
likes
don't
the
even have to
pandas.
sit
I
on a
get that,
fence.
too.
I can just stand on both
Mr.
sides
Pandaria
over the
was a
fence.
good
Like, Mr.
It was probably Eve's second best expansion, right? Behind Dominion.
I liked Odyssey because I'm big into exploration. So I joined Eve because of Apocrypha, which introduced wormholes, and then Odyssey. That was the one that pretty much like revamped
Dominion
the
did
exploration
that, too.
UI. It gave us the scanner, so every time you jump into a system that scanning animation plays. That came with Odyssey, and it showed you like where the anomalies were in
The
space.
swoosh.
Was the
Yeah,
Apocrypha?
the
Apocrypha
I like that thing, even though I wish it was faster.
Was Apocrypha
it
the
should
one
be
before
faster.
Dominion? Was that the one before?
Apocrypha came after Dominion.
One after?
Shit.
I feel sad that I don't remember, but that's not a thing.
It was
anymore. We used to keep
Apocrypha
up
and
with
then
it.
Dominion. Yeah, both in
Okay.
2009.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's crazy. Those
I
were
joined
two
when Dominion
major
was getting ready
expansions.
just to launch.
Yeah, those were
So
were
yeah,
big
yep.
ones.
So I've thought
Yeah.
of mine, and it's kind of along the vein of Citadels, even though that's not my favorite thing. But when they changed R64 moons from a passive income source, and all moons for that respect, to a farmers and fields, whatever. you know, you call it.
the where you'd like
I spent many
break a chunk off the
years-
moon.
I spent many years with siphons stealing R64 from PL.
I
in
fucking
low
did
sec
that too.
all
I
over.
love
Are you talking about the one that
Because
added
little guys like me never could
No,
get our hands
he's
on
not
good
talking about
moons.
moon mining. This
I am
was
talking about moon mining.
no,
Stealing
but
it,
I mean
though.
but I mean
Oh.
like not
You're not talking about the
Not
one where
like-
like you have to suck the chunk off and break it and mine it with mining ships.
No.
You're talking
Essen-
about
Essentially, that is the change, because before that it was done with a pus, and it was a passive
Right.
activity. You just showed up.
Okay,
picked
yeah,
up
but the
gratuity
siphoning
oh,
was
so
to
you are
passes.
talking about that
Because
one.
then you started
So
talking about
that-
siphons. The siphons were way back
Lifeblood?
before that.
Right. So I don't remember the patch specifically. I'm just saying that as a change that was my favorite. I've been dicking around with moons since like the late 2000s.
I would think that you
But-
would have said the alchemy change, because the alchemy change
don't-
basically deleted the tech bottleneck that
The
Goons
need
had
for it.
up in the
See,
north.
I didn't do a ton of reactions back then. I just
Hmm.
always liked the income source of moons. And granted, I don't love the fact that I have to mine moons, but since that change, it went from a handful of the upper groups holding all the best moons, and also the jump range changes had a big change on that, power projection and such. But that made it where a lot of just average Joes could get their hands on really high potential income stuff, and that was a huge thing for me. Like I said, I did tech moons back in like the late 2000s before they were what they became tech, but back when Tri was dicking around in up in Declan many years ago.
Oh, yeah. I used to do those too.
I'm just saying, moons have always been my thing money wise, and when they changed it from being a kind of gated by power projection thing where, you know, like I said, average Joes could get R64s. It was like, that was a game changer financially.
I
made so much on those the old style moons that I basically didn't have to worry about ISK for 4 years.
But that's the thing is, like, I used to run 100 towers. Like,
I
I'd
did
have to go
32.
and fuel 100 towers. Like, every Monday. I had Mondays. Everybody knew, don't bother me on Monday evenings. I'm just going to drive around and fucking fuel towers all evening. And it was, you know, it was the way I made money. So it was what it was, but it got old.
I would say that now it's not the most impactful on my gameplay, but probably the changes that happened that I had the most fun with while they were there, at least, was, and I know this is gonna be like a weird, controversial one, Blackout. I loved the Blackout.
Blackout was interesting for
The
a minute.
Blackout was
For a minute.
fun.
I had a lot of fun with that because it was a way because I went out and did some solo PvP, which is not something I ever do. And it's not something I ever enjoyed doing because I would just roam around for hours
And
and
find
the
nothing.
botters would like hide. Anyone that I might potentially fight would hide, and then if you stick around somewhere too long, you jump into a gate camp that's waiting for you because you've been in intel channels too long, and then you just get blobbed on by 30 people. And it's like, I just don't like solo PvP. I know that there's ways to do it. That people are good at it. I'm not. But when Blackout was going, it's like, oh. And then at that point, the combat recons were immune to descan, so I'm like, oh baby, I get to go around in my curse, and unless they actually visually see me, they'll never know where I am or where I'm going or that I'm coming. And I went roaming around in a curse and had a hell of a bunch of fun.
And see, and that's why
that's so weird.
Blackout was good for a little while, is because
I'm probably
figured it
glad
out.
it didn't last forever because I know a lot of people hated it. A lot of people were not logging in as much. People weren't going out and flying around in spaces. So I get that it
absolutely.
probably was better that it ended
I'm
fairly
just saying,
shortly. But while it was there, I had
players
a
figured it out
ton of
too
fun with it.
quick. Like, all of a sudden, then you had all the, you know, a pod sitting at an Astra, you know, 1,000 off every gate, and then, you know, you had constellational intel and things like that. They made it. Players adapted incredibly quickly. I agree. It was one of the few times I've flown T3 cruisers, which I do not enjoy, and I, you know, dug around and found some little solo Loki fits, which everybody was doing Loki fits at the time. But it was a ton of fun for a minute going and just hunting down people that theoretically had no great idea that you came in, and yeah. Hopefully they find a happy medium someday.
I kept roaming over to I would basically take scanning ships and I'd find wormholes that would get me as close to Fountain and Cloud Ring as possible because that's where Initiative was at the time, and Dirk and Brisk were both in Initiative, and I would just, and then as soon as I found and mapped my wormhole route, I'd go back and get my curse, and I'd go fly and just start roaming around Initiative space and trying to find my goal. I was like, I'm gonna find Brisk and kill him. And I never could find him. But I did find some of the people. I found a buddy in his corp.
You killed me once.
Well,
During
that was in a
Blackout?
Fleet. That wasn't in me solo roaming in Blackout. But I did find this one guy. I killed him. And I guess it was a guy in Brisk Corp. And I linked the kill mail to Brisk and Dirk. And Dirk's like, oh, shit. Drayton's up being fucking like lawless in our land. And Brisk was laughing because like, yeah, this guy was raging on, or not on comms, but raging in the Initiative Discord because he was all butthurt. He was butthurt that he's like just raging about Blackout and how bullshit it is. And I was like, fuck yeah. And he was in an Ishtar, which probably should have been able to just kill me because
if he was prepared, but he was halfway through.
Yeah, because I mean the thing is
and
like,
then he caught it halfway after you're fucking him.
yeah, especially the way that my curse was fit. It's like, yeah, I had newts, but it's like newting out an Ishtar. It's like, its drones are still going to be
But you
just as
shut down his prop mod.
effective. I mean, yeah, you can
Possibly
shove
any
his
tank
prop
he may
mod,
have
but
going.
I mean, like
That's a big thing if he's taking a whole site.
But if it's ratting Ishtars, they're kind of more passive tanked. They're not active tanked.
Right, but if he's not moving, that takes away a lot of it. Because, to my knowledge, anyway,
Yeah, like
Ishtars, all those
the
things,
drones will hit more.
they're speed tanking. They have a favorable profile, and a lot of them do like an oversized afterburner.
Yeah,
or
but I
something.
did
You
have,
just- you don't take a lot of damage.
I did have a tracking disruptor fit, and it's like that don't do shit. So I was just like,
Yeah.
alright. But
Start
I
tracking, disrupting the drones.
yeah. But the nice thing was, is I came into his site and he was already at like half shields, and I was like, sweet.
That's nice, yeah.
And so then I was able to
that's
point
what
him, and like he was on the far. He was like, there was a big pool of drones like of rats that he was fighting, and they were on the far side, and I was on this side, and he was in between. So he was tanking the rats and me, and scrammed, and nuded out to fuck. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker, eat shit, eat shit and die. I was excited because like I don't usually get solo kills. And then I mean I went up into Sort Dragon space when he was up there in the north. I killed one of his dudes. I went down and
That's where I went.
what was the
Off to Declan to hunt Dracarys.
fraternity? So the funny thing is I went down south. I'm like, I want to go down south and like farm down there, see what I can find down there. And I went down south and I went into fraternity space and I was roaming around. And I found some ratter, caught him and killed him, and he wasn't even fighting back. I'm like, what's up with this guy? And he convos me back, and it was in Chinese, so I had to like go to Google Translate and paste it in there, and I got the gist of what he was saying. He's like, why are you attacking me? We're friends. I'm like, you're fucking neutral, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And then I find out later that they're technically neutral, but we're actually blue to fraternity. You're not supposed to shoot them. I was like, oh, well, that's not my fault. That's management.
Yeah.
You get a hold of
That's
HR.
right. No, you're correct.
Yeah, get a hold of
That is
HR.
an
That's not my
oversight.
problem. You showed up gray on me, for me, dude.
I'll take a sensitivity course, but
Yeah.
I honestly don't feel any remorse.
Yeah, I just kind of, it was like, normally I'm just like, all right, yes, FC, what do? Let me press F1, please. And this time I was like, I'm gonna fuck the world over. I'm getting out there. Just turned into like instant pirate. I had a blast.
It could have been better executed, but it was pretty cool in that it was a shock, and that's why everybody was like kind of off their footing. Sure, there was probably a lot of bots that ate shit for the week or two until they figured out to just watch every gate and restore their intel networks, but I don't know. It was pretty exciting because everybody was just like, what the fuck is this? And half the people were like, well, I won't stand for it. And
Yeah.
then, the other half were
Yeah.
like, I'm going
Oh.
to find you if you're logged in.
There was,
Most of my corp stopped playing.
yeah, there was a
That's
massive
And-
rage.
and
They were
against it.
crybabies.
was-
I teased them every day. Every
There
day.
was some
I mean,
fallout,
incessantly.
and that sucks because Eve's never been healthy enough to have a lot of fallout, but it is what it
I don't
is.
think it hurt the game all that much.
I hope not. I hope it bounced back fine. They reverted it 100%. It was something to do, and I think they were also kind of leaning into they fucked up the chat servers and a bunch of other stuff, so they were like, maybe we'll just turn it off and act like we meant to. It's a theory.
Liz, that's funny. Dre's been voluntold.
yeah, that's,
You don't
Yeah,
get
they
guns
don't-
anymore.
they don't
You're
let me
like
have
fucking
anything
Barney
with guns
Fife
on
that
it.
Took your bullet away.
And the funny thing is, even my Logi ships usually just are full of rep drones. I put like if my
Really?
scimitar. Yeah, my
You
scimitar.
don't
I put.
even have some warriors for getting on
He's
things?
not
I don't-
allowed to do damage
No,
to
I
anything.
don't. I don't care
anymore.
about kill mails. I really
Too many
don't.
blue kills.
That's why I also fly Logi, but if there's just,
Yeah,
if
I
they're
don't-
just
I mean,
dishing
like,
them up,
Sometimes I'll have them, but usually,
do you often kill
usually
people
I'll have
with the
3
warriors
armor
if you
bots.
fly with them?
What?
Do you accidentally kill people with the warriors if you fly with them?
No,
Is that a
no, I
frequent
haven't done
occurrence?
that. No, I'm very very good at making sure what drones I have. But usually I carry
understand
3
putting a
armor
little-
bots
the
and
piece
2
of tape
hull
over the
bots.
button.
No, and the reason why I do that, and it's one of those things where it's like I don't know if anyone plays D&D or any kind of RPG game like that, where you have like you take that one perk or that one item where it's like 99% of the time that is not gonna be used. But then that 1% chance rolls around, and you're like, hold on, stop!
so
I got this
glad
one
you have
fucking
it.
thing that's
Imagination.
just for it's for this specific situation right here. I
knew
carry
you
3
would
armor
come.
bots and 2 hull bots because sometimes you just save that one guy and he's like
Yeah.
his armor's gone, he's down to half hull, and then you save him, they switch targets, and you're like, hold on, buddy, I got you. You just send the armor bots, and the like 20 hours later, he's back up to full
Clear.
health. But no,
We're
I
coming
that's
back
fucking-
from this.
You know, that's cool
Don't
that
you
you
go
get excited
kipping
about
up on
that.
me.
yeah,
It's
no,
awesome.
it's fun
Dragging them
because
out of the battlefield.
well, the only one. I mean, there's been several times where I've been able to rep people up, but the one specific time is this guy got into hull, and I repped all his hull up, and I repped like most of his armor up, and then he got primaried again, and he lost all his shields, a bunch of his armor, and more hull, and then we saved him, and it's like he never would have survived that if I didn't
That
stick
was
my
that
drones
guy's
on him. So I
favorite
was like,
battle
that guy's alive because
Oh,
of me.
you were right, Akaroth. It's that guy's favorite battle too. He
Yeah,
tells
that's
the
what I'm
story
saying.
the
That was
day
his
I got
favorite
down to
battle
10%
ever.
hole and they saved my ass.
You made
He-
that guy's like
fuck
10
yeah, he
years
did.
of Eve
Yeah.
memory pinnacle.
Yeah,
Because
but
it was like he was like it was the most intense battle. He's like telling people in a bar that have no idea what he's talking about.
I
Me
think
too.
Brought
every,
me back
every
from
one
the
of the
dead
battles I've
twice.
got in
I
my
was on the
mind,
edges. I could see over.
every
yeah, it's-
battle I've got in my mind that I loved because it was just super exciting, I was saved by Logi. You are 100% correct
Yeah,
about that.
it's just
Logic
super
creates a lot of-
satisfying.
They do, yeah. I
A
hadn't
lot
thought
of
about
times
that.
lately, though, that doesn't work because a lot of times, especially with all the Citadel sieging, is you get the Citadel bombs that are going out and they just wipe your drones off. You're like, oh, let me get these rep drones out, and they get like 3 cycles off, and then they all explode. It's like fuck you, Citadel. or most of the time it's our own fleet because various things like they'll have like smart bombs, a smart bomb fit to like deal with enemy
We
drones
don't
come
damage
in.
our own fleets. Why do you guys do that?
Well,
That's
it's
weird.
like like enemy drones will come in. There'll be a bunch of like either jamming drones or just damage
our
drones,
frigates,
and then
just
like
kill
it's like everyone, all
everything.
right, like put a few cycles of your smart bombs on, and it's like no, my armor drones, and there they go. So, but I don't know. Yeah, I get excited about things like that. Just it's like the little advantages you can just like throw in there. It's fun.
Honestly, it's really neat that you remember that because, like I said, I think that's probably someone's pinnacle of their. Like, if we asked them, like, what was your highlight of your Eve career, that probably would have made at least a top list. But also, I wanted to circle back for just a second when you mentioned that you got the feedback on the init kill. I think that's part of what made the event so fun too. Is
Right?
that,
Yeah,
like,
it
you
would
knew
just
the
been
full
another kill,
experience
but-
of what a real player went through.
Yeah, it was. You get to hear the spicy angst that because of
And that's
because of
why
that.
that's why it's good to be friends with people from everywhere, so that you get the little bit of background lulls.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's like being a cloaky camper. I used to do that a lot. Well, I still do it, but you'd be gone all day long, come back, and there's just a ton of chat in there to you. And you could just see people get more and more angry
You're
at
their
you.
frenemy after a
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
because you
after-
become
yeah.
a pet for the system. If
I've
you-
been
if you're
I've been
doing it on a
invited to
serious
many
level.
corporations as a cloaky being cloaky camper. Like though, because I don't talk to them,
I've rode
but
that roller
they'll talk.
coaster.
They'll bullshit and local, and they get to the point where they start being nice. And then I've gotten invited by several groups actually.
After World War B, Casino War, whatever, we had one, a guy named Funk Dog. Shout out to Funk Dog, possibly still in Imperium. I don't know. I don't think he plays anymore, sadly. I looked him up not too long ago. But he was our local whatever system we took in Declan. He stayed for like months afterwards and would actually chat with us. Granted, some of the day he was just AFK, and he was always trying to be ominous. Never did anything. But after a while, it was like, oh, we logged in and we talked to Funk Dog for a little while. It was just, he becomes your little local pet. And after a while, I think he kind of got wind of that and was like, if they're just being friendly all the time, I'm going somewhere else. I'm not doing this anymore.
So I have two multiple accounts. I'd have one account that the character would go into enemy systems and do stuff, but I'd be very polite and nice. Right? Everything say I'd always be polite and nice. Then I'd come in with Dominarch, and Dominarch was a dickhead. And he would do dumbass dickhead shit, but my other character would call him out on it.
Commented?
He would call him out on it, right? You mean so I'd be talking to myself in
Hey, man,
local.
there's no
That's
need to
not
be
very
that way.
nice. Don't do that stuff. And then I'd pull Dominarch out of the system. Then those guys would talk to me, and I'd bash Dom like he's the biggest dick in the face of the earth, just to get them to trust me and let me do shit.
And he
in front
said,
of
and that
systems.
was the
It
beginning of
works
my
almost
career.
every
Dude,
time.
That's devious as fuck.
awesome. That's
That's-
4D chess.
That's apparently like day 2 Blackhand stuff. Like he
I love doing
is
that.
fantastic.
That is really
Dom.
good.
I love that.
Here's the weird
We're
thing. The
so
first time I
gullible.
tried that was against Li3. Well, Li3 and Gents became the Bastion.
Mhm.
Who is Li3?
The Li3 was one of the
that's-
two alliances that formed the Bastion. It was Gentleman's Agreement and Li3. They combined to form
I
the
do remember
Bastion.
Gentleman's Agreement.
What was
Okay.
Li3's
LI3.
actual alliance name?
LI3.
That's what I'm wondering.
It was
No,
just
Li3. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what it was.
okay. I was like, it's lithium. I know that, but
Exactly, Aaron. Right? I have good cop, bad cop myself. It was
Yeah.
fun. I mean, I'd get in arguments myself. I had a good time with it. But I do that in real life too.
oh, derived from Lost in Eve.
And you've been
podcast.
spying
Okay.
all your life. He said, people trust me.
Li3 Federation. I was gonna say like it was a bigger name
Federation.
than LI3.
Jesus
okay.
Christ,
Yeah, no, Lost in Eve.
I feel
podcast, that's-
embarrassed now. I'm the head
okay.
Diplo for the. I didn't know that. That's terrible. I'm a bad person.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, there's some. Manic's got a bunch of stories too. I know he does.
Wow.
You're really good
Not-
at solo
not-
stuff, aren't you, Manic?
Not
Was
like
that a slighted age comment?
not like I don't have stories like you guys have. Like I make I make memes. Like I know jack shit about the actual game. I just meme on it. That's all I've done for the past 12 years.
What's that? Because you were putting a bunch of videos out on Twitter. I think they were all the good stuff.
I was having trouble so yeah, I was posting videos on Twitter for this 18 years of Eve thing. Not that I'm like trying to win or anything. I just like sharing content. Whoa, sorry.
So I got to know who you were though, man. Like with your
But
videos
I mean,
way back when.
I was going through all of the videos on my YouTube channel, and very few of them are of me actually playing the game. Like
Seriously?
most of my the vast majority of my videos are just me making memes about the game.
Aw.
Like you do.
I thought I had more actual gameplay videos that I do.
No, I'm just I first heard of you through your videos before you started doing other talk show stuff. I remember watching your videos; they were good. You had good video content.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
I agree. Yeah.
It was when I was doing my streaming. It was fun. I just ran out of ideas. That's all that was.
Do you guys remember? I think it was the Killer 8 did a bunch of the early like Eve expansion videos. They were all in like MS Paint cartoon form, usually fairly well done.
Probably before my time.
He did one for
I don't
Red
remember
Moon
those.
Rising. He did one for
I think I remember these.
a couple of different ones. I just remember like the what was the Achura Monk, the like Caldari character that had all the best attributes, and they were like, we're rolling out new races, and then that one had like Pam Anderson as as the avatar and just stellar stats
Was
and
this
whatnot.
was this on YouTube? What was the name?
I think at this point they probably are. The Killer 8, I want to say, was his name, and this would have been 2005 to 2010 era.
Before my time, I don't remember those.
The videos still hold up, pretty well, I would say.
I'm gonna look them up.
If we
I've
can
never
find any
seen
of
them.
them.
Okay,
I'll try to find a
yeah.
link.
I found one. I'll post it in chat.
Thank you.
I was going to ask you guys about a video called The Interview, which I can't find for the life of me anymore. And it used to be hosted on like, what was Kriba's E-Files and things like that. And I can't find it anymore. It was basically some guy getting the like after interview conversation about like how to get to where, a staging system is and this, that, and the other. And the guy, the whole time, it kind of seems like he's trolling, but he's talking about all his amazing Eve exploits and just being really annoying. And then the other guy at the end of it, he's like, well, I'm just going to assume you're drunk, so I'm going to go ahead and get off. And but it's all animated with like I said, like MS Paint kind of animation. And it's really entertaining. I can't find it anymore. I don't know if anybody's been playing too long, but The Interview was kind of, I think, the name or something. And I'll have to poke some like old facts.
One of the first Eve meme videos I ever saw was the I can't remember who it was. I don't remember what alliance he was with, but he called a sex line, like a sex talk hotline.
I do remember this.
Was getting the girl to use Eve terminology. Was it Goons? It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
there's a
I
bunch of
didn't see
people
that
on
one.
I think
like-
that was one of the first Eve meme videos I ever saw. And
That was
God,
funny.
I was
I
blown
think
away.
I was kind of sheltered for a while. I didn't see a lot of Eve meme videos, but
I
remember watching the
years ago.
first, not the first Alliance tournament, the first Alliance tournament that I watched, and I'm trying to think of which one that was. It would have been in like 2013, the one in 2013, I think. I don't know what number that is, but I think PL won. Like it was during the string of just PL victories back to back type of thing. And
they did have quite the repertoire.
But I mean,
talking AT?
Yeah, AT, like that one, and like the few after, like
Between them and Bob.
the Bob was long gone. Like I didn't start playing until 2012, so like I'm like a post Bob era child. But I do remember just some of the old AT commercials were amazing. They were I don't know, like some of them were so good. I remember what was the one with like the spaghetti had the weird song to it that was weird. The Camel Empire had some really good ones. I loved the Camel Empire videos.
AT has spawned some really great, very short form Eve media through commercials, various Alliance commercials, because they all, at some point, and early on, they were funny. And everybody was just like, well, how can we be funny? How can we one up that? And they were a whole ton of silliness.
I've always loved Test's output as far as like Alliance tournament commercials and Eve TV commercials. Like I think they actually call their propaganda arm the Ministry of Truth, which is like a reference to 1984.
Sure.
But yeah,
I thought Goons did that.
I think Test has consistently put out great meme videos. Not even meme videos, but just videos in general. I love Test's creative team is awesome.
Maybe it was Morsis Mihi. Somebody just posted me the link of the Eve Online player phones a sex line.
Oh, it might have been Morris Mihi because I
yes.
was with them too.
It
so-
was. It
Really?
was. Yeah, it was Morsis Mihi. Yep. I just remember that logo.
Yeah, the
Chat.
Yeah, God,
just
that was
some of the-
so funny.
because and then after that, like then I started seeing some of the Eve stuff. I mean, and then there's also, I mean, it's not like necessarily like Eve releases, but the thing with this whole 18 years of Eve, I think you also have to look at not just what the game itself has done and what people, but also just things that have come about because of the game and the community. I mean, obviously, all the Eve meets. I mean, we could talk about that for years on years, but I mean, you have things like the Clear Skies. Clear Skies was, I remember watching that.
Dude.
Wow.
Watching
Yeah,
that way
yeah, I
back in
remember
the
that
day,
too.
and I,
Eve has
like,
spawned so much good media.
and I didn't see them when they were first came out, but because when I saw them, the third one had already been released. But I think the third one wasn't that old. It was within a year of the third one coming out. And I remember just watching them, and I was just like, I was blown away that it was just a fan made video. I was like, these are full length movies.
yeah.
It's not like some short where
The
it's like a
Clarion
20. It's like
Calls?
these are like hour to
Clarion
hour and a half
Calls are good, yeah.
runtime movies.
I think the first Clear Skies was like 45 minutes long, which
Yeah.
back in that time when it was released, like 45-minute Machinima fan video was an astronomical amount of
Dude
work.
must have spent
Yeah.
thousands of hours in whatever.
Seriously.
And especially since all of it was done. I mean, some of it was done with just screenshots, but still those take time to set up the
Well,
right shots,
and
the right
so
angles,
he made,
the right.
He made all of the sets. He hand animated all not.
Well, and
all
that's
of
it.
the
Yeah, because
movement, but-
he used Gary's mod for the.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, doing it between, like, Half-Life stuff
It
and,
wasn't. It wasn't Gary's mod.
Oh, it wasn't.
It was not source
Just the
filmmaker.
source.
He was using the actual source engine to
But like
Yeah.
filling his windows in his ship with in-game footage,
doing
and stuff
like
that.
green
Oh, it
screen,
was-
blue
Yeah,
screen,
yeah, like
that-
yeah,
that's
to
it's
merge
so much
the
editing
two
work.
engines. Yeah, and he did it all himself.
Probably, I wouldn't doubt it was like hundreds of hours of effort.
Oh,
into all that.
easily.
And not only just
Easily.
that, and then he has to come up with the script and the screenplay, and then he has to. It was like him and
It was
his friends
well-written.
recorded. You need
And it
recording
was
sessions.
him and his
and-
friends.
Yeah,
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 It was
it-
just
it-
this. Yeah, I got into Clear Skies when the second one was about to be released. I hadn't seen the first one. I saw an article for, I think it was on Kotaku or something, that Clear Skies 2 was coming out, and I was playing Eve by that point, but I had never really watched the first Clear Skies, so I watched the first one right before the second one came out, and yeah, I was hooked. They're great, and they're great because they're really well written.
Mhm.
Like, if you could put these stories, Clear Skies 1, 2, and 3, and number 4 is in the works, as I
So,
understand.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it got
Um,
kickstarted or something.
Yeah. So you can take these stories, you could put them in any other universe, and they would still work. And that's a testament to how strong the writing is.
Right, and that's the thing is, like, you don't even really have to know. I mean, knowing Eve will give you inside jokes on stuff, like the trust in the
So
rust
little-
and the
little
little
certain
Mimitar
things,
jokes
yeah.
and stuff like that. But
yeah,
you can essentially watch these
these
with no Eve knowledge,
as
and
a
they would still be
non-
entertaining and good.
Exactly.
It felt like a good British sitcom.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the dialogue was good, and also just the voice acting. I mean, the voice acting was solid. Ian Chisholm that's the main guy,
And
right?
Yeah, and
And,
they're
like his
they're
are solid,
not
but like also his two friends, the other two guys.
they're not professionals. Like,
No,
Yeah,
this
they're
is just
dudes with
these are just a couple of
microphones.
guys. Yeah, they had one. I think for Clear Skies 3, I think they had one professional voice actor.
Yeah, they I don't
or a
remember the guy's
professional
name.
actor, but
Yeah,
he,
it was
he played the main bad guy.
Yeah, the
He was on like Veronica Mars.
yeah,
and
not
stuff
the
back
guy
in the
that was
day.
playing Eli Vance, but it was the
No,
guy.
no.
It was the guy playing like the henchman, the main
Ghost.
henchman. Yeah,
Ghost,
The
yeah.
the guy that gets in the fist fight with shit. What's the main character's name? God damn it.
John. Oh shit.
Cena.
John.
uh,
Oh my god.
John
how
Rourke. Rourke.
John Rourke.
Yeah.
Thank you.
God, man,
somebody
that took me a
remembered
second.
it.
But yeah, like the guy that gets in a fist fight with him.
We're talking up how much we love these movies, and we can't remember the main character's name.
Yeah, oh god, it was so good, and I loved the fact it was last year? I think it was last year that CCP did like the watch party.
I think that was 2019. But
Was
yeah,
that long ago? God damn.
it was because it was soon after CCP Convict was hired.
Yeah, it was. I thought that was last
So
year. Man, it's been
I
a
would-
while.
I know.
Last
I
year
would
was
say
a blur.
either late
Oh
2018
right, yeah, because
or early
Convict went to
2019.
like Convict was doing like
Yeah.
the tour, the Eve World Tour thing. That was
The World
2019.
Tour. Yep.
Yeah, so they did like the
So-
watch party of that. Man, that was. I had actually more fun watching those movies that time around than I did originally. Because
Yeah.
originally I was just by myself watching them.
Well, because
And
you know,
there, it's like you're sitting in a movie theater with your buds. And you're
yeah,
just
with
sitting
all
there
with all your friends and everybody's talking in chat and having a
was
good
so
time. And
it
they
was-
did like some, they
it was
did
like an
some Q and A
experience.
with Ian. Like they brought him on the stream to do like to interview him and talk about each movie in between. You know, the next that and the next movie. So yeah, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
You know, the craziest thing about Eve is 18 is, you know, like watching it grow and develop, but also remembering that you have to make sure it's consensual at this point, you know.
Okay, Akaroth,
See?
we had a discussion about this.
Did
before
y'all?
this- I understand. Okay,
we had
you
a
were not
pre-show
here for the
discussion.
discussion.
I was sending
we,
the tweet out.
we talked about this, and we, the three of us, Drayden and Dom and I, we agreed that we wouldn't make that joke
It's 2021 and I'm
Yeah, it's
because I said in the pre-show discussion, I said that joke would land in 1996. It would not
yeah.
land
I
today.
was literally asking. I was
So-
like,
come on.
I did agree with him. I
it's
like
been
not,
Yeah, Dom
it's
was
not
for
your
it.
fault, Akaroth. You weren't here for the pre-show discussion.
I was
I
sending
was
the
sitting on that for a
yeah,
minute,
I was
too.
sending the
Okay,
tweet. I was
we're
like, what
gonna-
do I say? Do I say like 18 years of Eve? She's legal now.
We're gonna
like,
stop.
It's like
we're
no,
gonna
don't make
stop
that
drawing
joke. I was like,
attention
yeah, I
to it.
shouldn't.
We're gonna move on, and
Okay,
we're gonna
we'll move
stop
on.
drawing attention to it.
Can we do it one
I
more
like
time?
she's legal now.
Just one more.
One more time.
What else? Who else can we do shots to? Who else died?
What?
Can we do it to somebody who lives?
Yeah.
We did the Shock G last week. That was my final shot.
Oh,
I
the
Who-
Keck W guy.
Oh,
The cat.
yeah.
That's right.
I don't-
Who did?
I think I
I
had that
wish
in
I
the
knew
back
his
of my
actual
mind, but I
name.
didn't realize
I
it.
don't remember his name.
Who's Michael Collins?
Oh, Michael Collins. Oh yeah,
Oh, shit.
he was the first person to orbit the moon, or yeah, he was the first
Oh, that's
To-
yeah. We'll drink
to
to him.
orbit the moon for the Apollo mission.
It was like
Drayden, help me out
Apollo-
here.
Yeah.
I want to
Apollo
say
11
8.
Well, I say Apollo 11. Yeah.
Apollo 11 command
He was the one
module
that
pilot.
stayed. He was the one that stayed in space. when they did that.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay,
Apollo, yeah.
That's why we don't know who he
He's
is.
like
He
the
can get
one
shots
Shots
to
to
me.
Michael
Yeah.
Collins.
Chris
He's-
Wallace? No, that's not it.
Yeah, he's the one on Apollo 11 that no one remembers because everyone
There's
remembers Buzz
Chris
Aldrin
Hansen?
and
Well, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that people started putting out a little bit of stuff the other day when he passed because you know he deserves acknowledgement as well.
oh
He's
no,
still a badass.
shots to
I-
Skyhawk's uncle. He passed away this morning. Vietnam.
I've never
vet.
been to
Ah,
space, so,
shit. Oh man.
Oh, sorry,
I was
Scott.
had a
That
drink.
That sucks.
It's a Skyhawk's
Shots,
uncle.
shots to Skyhawk's uncle.
I had a customer that I had been trying to reach out to for about a month about an order that his wife called me this week and was like, "He's no longer."
Oh,
and she sounded
jeez.
really rough, and I was like, "I've been
Oh,
leaving voicemails,"
God.
like, oh.
Oh.
And then they
Oh.
still bought the stuff, which I was like,
That's
Okay.
impressive.
Oh
I
boy.
sell race
That
car
speaks to the
parts.
great
And so I was
sales
like,
skills you
I was
have.
totally prepared to be like, "Oh, I'll get this canceled. I'm so sorry for calling." And she was like, "Well, let me look into it because we still have some of the cars and blah blah blah." I was like, "Okay, I'll look forward to your call."
Is Slice recruiting Ackroth?
Of course.
let's bring it back up. I think we got a little too dark here.
We should drink for the living.
We didn't touch
Let's
anybody
drink
though,
for
did
the
we?
living. Who survived this week? We all did. Let's have a shot.
Keanu Reeves is alive.
Shots for Keanu,
Keanu
Reeves
Reeves
to
is
Keanu
still
Reeves.
be
Yeah,
alive.
Yeah,
like
well,
that's
we're
a
still
little
gonna get that John Wick 4.
Disingenuous.
He's still alive though, isn't he?
He's invincible though, so he and Paul.
The Queen
Rudd,
of England
He's-
is still
I
alive.
will-
Betty White's
will
still
say-
alive.
Betty
I will
White.
say-
I'll drink to Betty White.
Keanu Reeves is starting to show his age. I know the meme
He's
is that
getting-
he's immortal and he looks the same as he did in 1998, but he
He
doesn't,
doesn't.
guys.
That's
No, he
I,
doesn't.
Hollywood
I-
hair
I
products and
saw
stuff.
I
They're
saw some behind the scenes
They're trying to
shots for the
convince us.
Matrix 4, and the guys, he's not. He's listen. Keanu Reeves is a gorgeous man, but
Look, Matrix
I'm just
was like
saying.
He's
20 years
breathtaking.
ago.
I'm just saying he's not immortal based
Yeah,
on the
it's-
photos that I've seen
Unless he
behind
has
the
to
do a
scenes
doc-
of the
what
What
maybe he
Matrix.
has
about
to do a
the
Doctor Who
photos
and
from like
reset
the 1700s
every so
that
often.
we have?
He's got to he rips his face off and it goes a new one every so
He's
often.
It
gonna-
really molds.
So he is
yeah.
immortal.
He molts
He molds.
He go molt. Yeah,
like
that's
a
what-
like a
I was
spider.
poorly describing molting. Yeah.
I wanted to give you the visual.
But
though,
he
just
started
because it felt
dating again.
horrifying.
I just imagine Keanu
Was he
Reeves'
not
skin peeling off.
I mean, yes, I know. For
and he's a
long time,
younger
actually, he
version of
wasn't.
himself underneath.
Wait,
I
he had
explained
a-
to somebody the
He had
other
a
day.
significant other who died. And he
this
did not
this
date for
well,
many
yeah, his wife and his I don't know if it was a son or a daughter, but his
A daughter.
years.
yeah, his
Who's-
wife
Oh,
and his
yeah.
daughter died.
Who?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
I-
In
I-
real life?
But-
Not-
Yeah,
that-
in real
that's a
life,
movie.
yeah. Yeah,
No,
That's a
no,
movie.
Long
It's a
time
re-
ago.
it's
John
a
Wick.
long time
That's John
ago.
Wick.
It's a real thing.
No,
that
no,
happened.
in his real life, like
Oh.
his
Keanu
actual
Reeves
real life
spent
wife
many
and his
That's
daughter
horrible.
died.
So
Yeah.
low because of that, yeah.
That's probably why he touched himself so much.
Well, it's someone saying that he's dating now again. Is that like
He's left.
Or
him,
Liz
right?
was
To
saying
my
it.
knowledge,
Liz was
she's been
saying it.
dating since like the mid-teens, and it's like an older woman actually. If it's the same person, I don't think he's probably playing the field.
I explained to
Why are
somebody
we
the other day.
TMZing
He
right
never
now?
he never
Why- yeah,
responded.
we did just
he
go to
never
TMZ,
responded
didn't
to
we?
my letters.
I
So
don't know enough about celebrities.
TMZ
fuck him,
OC
man.
edition?
And
Yeah,
I know
fuck
more
him.
than I should already, and I feel terrible about that. Although it's
I
Keanu
explained to
Reeves, so
somebody
I
the other
don't
day
feel-
This is so
why I'm
weird.
immortal.
This is
exactly,
so weird.
This
We
is
could
not
have like
our
TMZ
background
section. Yeah.
for
Let's
any
do
of
it.
What the
y'all.
fuck is happening right now?
I don't know.
Where the fuck are we?
I mean,
We're in the
Keanu
weeds.
Reeves
We're in the
will
weeds,
spawn
man.
some incredible
Is this the
conversations,
open comms show?
and that's part of his magic.
Well, yeah, that's how we get to these places.
What
Other
place are we at,
shows
though?
don't do this.
I'm actually
This-
confused right
They're
now.
they're responsible.
Fucking this is weirder than Death Stranding.
No.
Didn't play
Norman
it, but I
Reedus?
heard good things.
This is
Death Stranding's
weirder
really
than
weird.
Norman Reedus.
Great game. Really weird.
I just remember like when
Great
I was watching
story.
you
I-
stream
I've
that
been
game,
loving
man. Like
Death
I
Stranding.
think you said the name Norman Reedus like 20 times within about 2 minutes.
Did I really?
Yeah, it was like
Just-
anytime instead
Just
of
now?
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
earlier.
when you were streaming Death Stranding because like you
His name's Norman Reedus.
I
What's his name?
Norman
Reedus.
Reedus. He's
Reedus.
an actor, yeah.
Reedus.
Norman, though, right? You said
Yeah, Norman, yeah.
Okay.
We just made some punk songs.
He's so because it was just funny because like if I'm streaming a game where it's like an RPG or like where I'm playing it, I kind of just incorporate myself in the character and but then for some reason I randomly just
roleplay?
incorporate chat as well, so I say we when
I
I'm
do
talking
the
about the
same thing.
character. I'm like,
I
yeah,
do
we
the
gotta
same
go over
thing.
here and we gotta do
No,
this.
you're
Oh,
right.
they
I
just
do the
hit
same
us.
thing.
It's like a but you're like, all right, Norman Reedus, let's go.
Yeah.
like okay, we got
It's
Norman
so
Reedus
weird
here.
how that happens. Like some
Instead
games,
of whatever his in-game character was.
you're absolutely right. I do the same thing. In most games, I think of myself as the character that I'm playing.
Neither
So-
of you two should ever do VR because
But-
you'll never come back.
But yeah, with Death Stranding, and I was doing it with another game too. I can't remember which one, but it was like I was piloting the character. I wasn't becoming the character. I was just piloting them, and I would refer to them as a separate entity from myself. Yeah, this is.
We'll
it's
have
w-
this in 10 years. Let's be
I
honest.
I don't
We'll
know
jack
why
up.
that is though. I don't know why my brain makes that distinction with some
That's-
games but not others.
That might be a testament to like their immersiveness or your
Yeah.
creative mind.
I don't know. That's so weird
It's
to think
fascinating, certainly. I'd like to assume I've done it, but I couldn't say.
about. I'm gonna do some introspection tonight. This is
I
gonna
think
get
it's worth
weird.
reflecting on.
Yeah, I'm totally going to. I need to drink
If you
more.
think about
but
it, set up a GoPro.
I
You
need
can share
to.
it with us. You can.
I need
edit
to
it and
take some
share it with us.
LSD and go see the Oracle.
I'm doing that
up
We
tomorrow
on
were
the-
night.
we were talking about some.
Okay, moving on.
I'm doing that tomorrow night. So you know.
What else? What else about Eve Online, this video game that we play?
We haven't talked about the individual candidates yet. That's probably taking.
There's a
at least 20
lot.
minutes.
Now, I have
we
some
wanna
notes.
Have a CSM discussion.
I was gonna say, let me pull.
We
it.
can
You just could name 'em
actually, yeah,
off
no, I
and
did
kinda
have
tell
some
what they're
stuff to
from.
I did have some stuff I want to get into with some of the CSM.
He-
Maybe
he's
not
gonna
some of
run.
it's super
Vin's
in
ran
depth.
this year, so
But I did put down at the bottom of the show notes. I did put some little bullet points for a lot of the members. I didn't get through all of them, and also
Did
this was
not,
from
yeah.
last week. I think I
there's
missed like
39
4.
of them now, or 42 of them now.
Well, yeah. So this was from last week. I got all but like 4 or 5 of them on here, but then any posts that have been made since then, I don't have those. Staingate? Oh no, Vlad, we did this. That was an April Fool's thing. That was like almost a month ago.
No, there's
They
something.
re-announced
There's something
on Reddit.
going on.
Wait, are they
Something
really
going
making
on.
Stain? Was the April Fool's joke not a joke?
If they
It was
make
meant
a
to be a
fucking
joke, and
Gates
then it
of
was.
Stain,
I think it's gonna be like a temporary, maybe one-time event. I saw something on Reddit
it better be
about
an
it.
event, because I feel like it's pandering to the players if they're like, oh, let's throw out some funny meme stuff to keep people happy while they're like
Right.
less than happy at
Yeah.
any given point.
Oh, that'd
don't-
be fantastic if they did that.
I don't love that.
Oh my god, I would love that.
I appreciate the meme of make a gate to Stain, but I don't think we should just
Oh my
do
god,
things
people
that
freak
players.
the
I
hell
mean,
out.
Okay,
so-
I'm gonna post the Reddit thread in chat.
I'm
Thank you.
I'm okay if they make a gate from Stain to low sec. I mean, the thing is, like, it's not that far from low. It makes sense that Venal doesn't have one because Venal is like, it's so far
Stupid close to
separate.
Cheetah anyway. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's so far separated. I mean, that you have like Tribute and Declan, all that stuff in between, and so it's it is quite a ways from even the furthest south system of Venal. I mean, it's not like there aren't longer jump gates.
Quite a
I
ways
mean,
to what?
I'm
To
just
low-sec?
I'm just saying making a gate to low sec to Venal. You could do it because if you look at some of the drone lands like in area,
Range-wise.
you have those jump gates that go like
Smugglers. Gates or
100
whatever
light
they are,
years
yeah.
over. It's like the one where you, especially what's that one system where like you go like through a massive like 60 or 70 light year gate and then you jump through the next gate and you go like all the way to the south. Like you can literally almost get from Vale of the Silent down to like Oasa in like 8 jumps or so. Those might be the wrong regions, but I'm just saying like there's that one down there that bridges those two really well. So I'm just saying like it's not unheard of, but it's like it makes sense. Venal's kind of like up
But
pocketed away,
why
but
Stain
Stain isn't
versus
that
anywhere
far isolated from low sec, so why not have a gate?
But why
there?
does it need it?
Because people
Beyond
want
the
it.
fact that behind the fact that someone has memed about it for years. That's
So
what,
that's
what I'm saying.
I think the main thing is that
Not
people.
terrible, but it's kind of pandery.
The main thing is that because Stain is a NPC null, so it's not player owned, and the thing is like Venal's the same way. But the thing is to get to Venal, you have to go through player owned null sec, which often can have bubble camps, intel networks, jump bridges that people are going to cut you off and get you before you get to where you're going. It's more dangerous to get to pass through owned space where it's organized to get to the NPC null, and Stain's the same way. So if you had a direct gate from low sec, you could just get into NPC null sec without having to go through Empire.
So
Or not
saying
Empire, but
that-
I mean like null sec sovereignty space is what I meant, not Empire.
So you're saying
Yeah,
both Venal
Instalockers
and
and Flim
Stain
Flam
is a low
artists
sec
and-
gate.
So it would make it kind of nice because I mean, it's not like they don't have, logistical routes. They can use jump freighters and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, I guarantee you there would be a lot of happy people, and it might make Stain much more populated and maybe more of a hotspot because there'd be so many more people going like, well, I can just go straight from
Venal.
low sec into null sec space that people can't own.
So you're saying just add low set gates to.
But then
to
again,
NPC
now with the
regions,
new
not to
with
just
all the
Stain.
well, that's the thing though is like with the Citadels though now is actually owning the system isn't as important anymore.
What I'm driving at is why
Yeah.
Stain versus just making that a blanket, hey, NPC nullsec regions are very cool and unique. And I lived in Venal for the last 3 or so years before last summer. I stayed up in Venal after Slice left Declan and got booted out of GOTG, and they went off to drone regions and hung out with PanFam. And we already had a big footprint in Venal, so we were just like, it's quiet. We enjoy what we're doing. Let's hang out in Venal for a few years. And we ended up staying there for about 3 years under the radar because Venal's also very quiet and underutilized, in my opinion. It's a brilliant region for various reasons, but I'm saying
Because Black Legion left.
they came
Oh,
and
but they were
went
replaced by White
throughout that
Legion,
3-year
so-
period. We
Oh.
just kept a low profile, but Black Legion
drink?
resurged a few times.
Shots, yeah, buddy.
My thing is,
Fucking killing me tonight, dude.
We
my
got to
thing
take
is
shots every time
not
it gets
just
too
Stain.
serious.
Hopefully, if we're gonna say something like that, because I feel like if it's just Stain,
I
then it's
agree with
pandering.
that sentiment.
If it's gonna be
I
a
live my life
mechanic,
by
then
that.
let's do it to all the NPC regions because we should kind of make that maybe a place for like, hey, if you want to dip your toes into null, but not quite deal with all the politics or the bullshit, hey, this is null, nobody can conquer theoretically, and Like I said,
Yeah.
I just don't want to see it pander to a meme. I appreciate Stain Guy and the fact that he's made that a meme for like 2-3 years now, and
Well-
it's cool. But I don't want CCP to lean too far into, hey, let's do little weird game mechanics changes to appease memes and things to try to keep player sentiment.
Well, right.
Because
I don't know.
because it does kind of take you out of the experience a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be pandering to a meme as much as like maybe it's just because maybe they're just wanting to have that region connected to low. I don't know.
But why would they want that? Someone
It
wants
would
that,
be
but why
weird
would
to
they
just
want that?
randomly add a connection like that just because it would. I
Civic
guess it would be
has it,
pandering
I
to the
think
people
Curse has
clamoring
it.
for it because everyone's been asking and wanting it that lives there. They're like, give us a low set gate, give us a low set gate. And if they just like randomly did it, I mean, how would you not make it look like they're just giving in? But
Has everyone there been asking? Because I actually lived in Stain a few years back too. Well, it was probably 5-6 years back now, but I don't think that's as widespread a sentiment as you think. I think that's spawned of like Reddit and memes, which is rooted around Stain Guy being like that was kind of his go-to thing, and it caught on. People crowed it. Dead air.
sorry, I was typing.
Dead air, bad.
Yeah, I know. Dead air's bad.
We need a like a
Sip.
submarine siren.
I don't.
got that.
And it seems like we're all looking at the the screens and the analyzers.
Yeah, well, no,
Hold on,
yeah, we
serious
were
moment.
focused. No, yeah, normally
Closing in on us.
it's funny because like Dead Air is a terrible thing for a live show. But I was in the middle of typing. I was like, I
Sorry
gotta
for
finish this. I
acknowledging.
gotta. It is so important. It wasn't, but no, it is
I
kind
was
of funny
touching
though.
myself.
It was.
Because I remember like it's weird tangent.
was
I think we've talked
important.
about
What are you
before,
talking
but weird tangent. Live shows, it's like the Dead Air pocket is like the most abhorrent thing that you can do. It's like the one.
Yeah, because if you're doing a
It's
podcast, you cut that shit out.
no.
Yeah, if you're doing a podcast, you can have Dead Air because when you go through and edit it, you can just
Yeah.
splice the spots together. It's no big deal. But like
But-
on
but
live,
for-
it's like
For
like,
live broadcast. Well, it's
the
because,
rule's like what 2 seconds? If it's
Yeah.
If it's
because
2
the-
seconds
the
of dead
thing-
air,
the
it's
thinking is
awful.
the thinking is, and this is for like terrestrial radio. Or I guess it would probably even apply
Luminol
to
electric
satellite
paint.
radio. But
Oh my God, I
basically,
love
like
that.
if you have dead air, if you don't have anything to capture an audience's attention, they'll change to another channel. That's why dead air is so like frowned upon in broadcasting, because
But-
you want listeners to your broadcast because that's advertising revenue that can be made. So if you have dead air, people are going to switch to another channel.
I mean, like I feel like on Twitch
but
is
in
a
our case of
little
our
less so.
listeners,
Like
it would be
I
better
doubt on
for them to
Twitch.
probably change to a different channel.
Yeah, I doubt
Maybe-
on Twitch people are just gonna hear 2 seconds of dead air and be like, "I'm fucking out of here."
We'd be
I'm
doing them a
out.
Bullshit.
service to allow that to happen. Keeping
But
them
if-
here,
if it was
just-
coming,
it
Some
just
some
hurts
people
them.
won't even tune in if you don't have a webcam on. Like
Does anybody here watch Talking in Stations at all?
Yeah,
I do occasionally.
Matterall
Yeah.
makes a almost episodal incident of muting himself for sometimes like minutes at a time.
Yeah,
It's
it's
hilarious.
becoming
it's
a
almost
thing.
it's
It's
almost
becoming a thing.
every episode. It's kind of
And the
it's-
last
I
few
think-
I've seen,
I
people
think-
were like, they're like Muterall?
he's on like 14 different comms. He
Muterall,
clicks through
yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
think
is
that
it-
that's,
It's
that's part of
hilarious.
That's part of Matterall's charm.
Does he?
Every
Exactly.
now and then he fumbles up like that.
Oh no! Is it?
One of his
It's
things.
an
I'm not gonna lie, he's one of
accidental?
my favorite people. Though,
It's
in
an
all of the
accidental
Oh,
muting.
communities.
he's a totally cool guy.
Very nice.
Okay, hold on. I can relate to this. Accidental mute. It's like he starts just talking and he's muted.
Yeah.
It happens
and
to
he-
everybody.
and he
You
goes
don't, it
up,
doesn't happen
like,
to you as much
I was
anymore,
watching
Drayden.
this
You
little
fix something.
analysis.
No, that's because I found out what was causing it, and
Okay, because used to happen to you a lot. Yeah.
I found out what the cause was, and it's stupid that it still exists, and I wish OBS would accost themselves for it. If that's probably not even the right terminology, but they should still do that anyway.
I think
So-
the
across
penance, the, Opus Dei.
accost is the wrong word.
accost is like to apprehend and like.
They're accosting themselves.
Anyway,
I
what
do
are you,
that a lot,
Anyway,
right?
so-
what are you
Flash
getting at?
yourself.
So
Brandon?
the thing is, like, back in the day, it used to, and so when it comes to OBS, there are certain little parts of the broadcast window. Like, I always make sure that OBS is the top active window because then it should register my push to talk no matter what. Because there are times where if it's in the background and other windows are active, it might not register my push talk for some reason on certain windows. But also in OBS, if my mouse is over the audio mixer area, the sources or the scenes area, or in the duration time box, if I click my push to talk there, it will not register my push to talk, and so I will be talking and
Really?
my microphone will not be active.
Huh.
It's weird, and so now I know that, and so there's a very blank part of the window that I make sure that my mouse is over every time I push to talk. It's like this. Almost like a obsessive
Pavlov's dog.
compulsive thing now. Like every
You've
time
been
it's like
trained.
it's like every time I want to talk, I like look and make sure I know where my mouse pointer is. It's
That
really
sounds like
bad.
a real pain in the ass.
It kind of
Yeah.
is. But I remember
have to
back in the
put
day,
your-
and the worst part is like, because I would not pay attention, and it was always when I finally got a chance to talk, I'd get like Dirk and, other people like, everyone shut up, okay, let me talk. They're like, all right, go. And then I would go on a rant, and it would be like, the things like, they would be like the best rants ever, because Dirk would be like, that was really good. Like they would be like,
And
that
you'd
was
be on
like,
mute.
even Brisk would be like, that's a really good point. They're like, holy shit, yeah, you. And then everyone in chat's like, you were muted. We didn't hear any of that. And I'm like, I can't recreate what I just did.
It was lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, it's lightning
Real
in a
quick.
bottle. And it was always during my best rants that I would mute myself because I didn't have my mouse in the right spot.
It couldn't happen to a better person.
Yeah,
Grady.
it was awful. It was awful.
Dominarch was there for a little bit of the talking in stations thing where he was analyzing everybody's firesides and town halls or whatever. And and he's doing it like going through all their audio file or whatever, and he's pausing and he's kind of giving his take on things and whatever his take on things. And at one point during the one of the Matani's ones, he like pauses, but for like 5 or 6 minutes, and like it felt like ages. And it may not have been 5 or 6 minutes, but it was at least like, let's say 3. And then everybody chat's just blowing up. He's got 150 people or whatever watching or something, and everybody just muted. Look at the chat, muted. Blah blah blah. And then when he gets done, he's like, "Are you serious?" Like comes back on, he's like, "I just made a really good point." He's just like, "You just missed one of my greatest
Yeah.
rants," or so.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing. Is like when you do one of those rants, it's like off the cuff, and it's like it's off the cuff,
He
but
didn't
it's
try to
on
repeat it. He
point,
was
and
like,
it's like you can't just re-say what you just said with the
It's
enthusiasm
like
that you did.
It's like we're coming full
It's
circle
like
back to
lightning
the
in a bottle.
This is Eve.
Are you guys trying?
It's
It's
the-
like This Is
lightning
Eve.
in a bottle?
It's the This Is Eve trailer phenomenon.
that
You
should
can't
be a term.
You can't recapture it. You can't just turn that on like a faucet. It just happens
tough.
of its own.
Unless you're
And,
like an actor.
yeah, you can't just recreate it. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's like,
Sucks to be charismatic and scatterbrained.
for me. It happened like it didn't happen all the time, but it was for about the course of like 2 to 4 years. I think it took me to finally figure out what was going on.
That's a
And-
really weird bug.
It's not even a
Probably
bug. It's like, here we go. It just works that way. Like, see,
There was no range of 2 to
It
4
shouldn't
years.
work
It was
that way.
4
That's
years.
the thing, though.
it's working now. Did they fix
We
it?
can hear you.
I thought
Hello?
you just said like after 4 years you got it figured out.
Hello. I don't know when they fixed it, but it's fixed now.
The elation in your eyes, like, oh,
You have
wait,
no idea
has suddenly
how
been
many
lifted off of
windows
your
have just opened up
shoulders.
for me.
I
Like,
can click so many things now. There's so much.
That
room
was
for
such an
activities.
awesome. I feel like the people who are just
That
listening
face
to this
was-
missed a great moment.
That was yeah.
I'm free.
Oh my god, I'm so happy.
Free.
it's over.
He was
It's
living within an
over.
electric fence before, and the power is
Zion,
but
it's
he had
over.
no idea.
The war is over.
Oh my god. And I can click anywhere.
You are lucky you can go anywhere, which is a Killer 8 video reference. Somebody go through and watch all those videos. It's worth.
Holy shit.
I watched
That-
one, and yeah,
That was
very funny.
Jump Clones, I believe.
I-
They
I
introduced
still
Jump
don't-
Clones.
it's gonna
It
take
was
me
I
time
Am
to
the
get
Monkey,
used
I
to
can go anywhere. It's based on some song.
It's gonna take me time to get used to this. I'm not gonna be used to just letting my mouse be all
You
willy
forgot
nilly.
what
And
normal was like.
I don't like what is this?
This is what you've all been able to do? That sucks.
It's like the people who put on the glasses.
The
You know what I'm talking
colorblind
about? Yes.
glasses.
And they're
yes.
crying. And
Hey,
you're
we don't make fun of
crying, you know,
colorblind.
Drayden just had his moment. He like
cutting onions.
though he once was blind, but now he can
It's
see.
can
like
now
some
see the color red.
It's like the video of the baby who gets glasses and can
That's what
finally
you
see.
I didn't know colors could be this.
Yeah, or like the
beautiful.
kid that gets like the implant thing. They do the sounds and you just see him like because he actually hears because he's a
Right,
deaf
like
kid.
their
It's-
parents'
That was
voice for the
literally
first
your
time or something.
face.
Yeah,
And,
or
you
like
know, of
it's like the
course.
videos of the people that are colorblind and they get
You're
the
in an
glasses and
onion
it like
factory,
fixes
so-
their cones and rods like so they can actually like
Drayden, you've been ejected from the Matrix. You now see what reality is for the rest of us.
Oh,
and it's
awfully,
not
like,
a stormy
sepia
shit
and-
world. It's good.
It's actually kind of nice out
It's-
here, isn't
oh
it?
my god,
Not
I'm
a
just-
blurry
oh
shit
my-
world.
What
Oh.
sort of video card you guys got? on
dude, I'm just gonna mouse over all the audio mixers from this
Just-
day forth.
Just to
Because you
enjoy it and
can.
abuse
I'm
it.
gonna put my mouse anywhere
Because
I
I can.
want.
Just because I can.
Oh. Oh.
This is the
That was-
noises they make.
That was the highlight of the
after they put their
show.
glasses on.
Oh,
You know
man.
what? Next week it's not going to work. You know that, right?
Yeah, it only works tonight.
Don't put that on this.
The fact that it works
Don't
is
put
the
that in
bug.
the universe.
You're gonna
Yeah.
reboot your machine
yeah,
and
yeah.
lose this
is
ability
the
forever.
bug. Man, no, I want to know when they fixed that because it was like once I figured it out, it was not like an occasional thing. It was a very repeatable, like without fail, 100% of the time. That's how it worked. Once I figured it out and I was able. That's why I did that because I was showing Dirk and Brisk because for some reason every time I got muted, they'd be like, "Why can't you just make your microphone work?" I'm like, "You guys don't understand. It's."
There's-
I mean, let me just show. And every time I
There's a
explained to them
portion
how the
of my
program
screen
worked,
that I
there's
cannot
like
touch.
they didn't
Oh
listen.
my god!
Did you try turning it off and on again?
Man,
Why don't you just make your microphone work?
yeah, it's just like
oh god, that was
That's
so
funny.
funny.
That's exactly what they'd say to you too.
I'm excited now.
I'm excited for you.
You can do
I see
anything,
so
Drayden.
much.
Although I am a
There's so
little
much
worried because my
potential.
push to talk button, it's my thumb button, which shouldn't
Don't
be an
put it in
issue.
weird
But
places and you'll be okay.
the thumb button on my mouse just kind of counts as a click in OBS for some reason. Like if I thumb button
like a left click.
anything in the sources, and I can like turn them on and off with that. So
That's dangerous.
yeah, so I could just be like, all right, let me
Change
tell
that
you
if you
something.
can.
Just start the intro back up
Let me
again or something. Oh, is that on
Yeah,
purpose?
see what Ackroth is
Yeah.
doing.
Okay. Yeah. I was like,
You could stumble into it and have no idea.
all right. Oh,
That was acting, but it was terrible. So don't.
CSM. We were doing some CSM stuff.
Nope.
Are we
weren't
doing
gonna do it.
CSM stuff?
Which bullet point are you guys at? I'm gonna try to
I
help.
don't even know.
So I was gonna
cares?
bring.
The end.
Okay, so one. I mean, there's a lot of people running for. We had Rick's on last week. Rick's
I think
had
there's 42, right?
I haven't got a current count,
I tried
but
to
there's a
count them.
lot.
The
But once I get over
universe.
20,
And
it's a
everything.
guess, right?
The well, what I was saying is, I mean, Rick's ran last week. He's doing a good low sec.
I mean, he's still running.
He's still running. He's Forrest Gump.
He ran last week and then he stopped. I'm only running for CSM for 1 week. That was the promise that Rick
I really
made
just-
to us all.
I
Goddamn
really just
grammar.
wanted to get out on that interview
Don't worry,
circuit
I'm
again.
only running for 1 week.
Stupid
Said the
grammar.
best moments
Fuck.
were the interviews and the talk shows.
Rick's was on the show last week to talk about his campaign.
He sold a shitload more
He's like-
art, got a lot of traffic through
Yeah,
his webpage, and he's done. He's out.
He was
You
in
know,
the after
talked
show.
to
Like,
him in a
did
year.
I? In the after show, he's like, "Did I win yet?" We're like, "No, the results haven't." But he's like, "I'm out. Fuck this."
He
No,
was like, I can't believe I sat through 2 hours.
no. So there's a bunch of different platforms. There's always like the PvP.
Remember, he was on coke, so
What?
He was on
he,
coke.
he had
Oh,
the
right,
full
yes, the
experience
coke.
While the rest of us
He's
were
addicted to
blurring through
coke.
it.
Yeah. We should probably mention Coca-Cola. I
We
don't
should-
want to. I don't want
we
to
should
ruin his
probably
votes.
clarify that during the
It's
CSM mention.
we meant Coca-Cola.
It's a
Don't
marketing
ban
joke.
us.
It's
All right,
a
see you,
marketing joke,
Sikander.
we were
Good night.
informed.
But yeah, so you have a bunch of the normal platform, null sec, low sec, high sec. You got wormholers, PvPers, industry guys. This year there's a couple lore candidates. I don't know if we've had lore.
I don't know if we've ever had a lore candidate on the
There's-
CSM.
I think
Not
there's been
on
a
it,
couple
but
that have
ran.
at least ran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astro,
on the-
okay,
Yeah,
Astrothy.
there
Astrothy did
had-
run.
Mike
But-
Azariah, maybe. He's like a high
Nah,
tech
he's
guy.
not as much lore. No, he's like high
more
sec.
He's smart about
new
everything.
player,
He knows
high
everything.
sec new player
I feel like
experience.
he
yeah.
used to, but I don't recall.
But no, so lore, you got Uriel, and then Arcia Elkin. Is that? I think she's. Well, I don't know if she's doing a lore thing. I think she might be doing more of like an RP. She's like low sec faction warfare, also RP, I believe.
She's Baleful Dysnomia on Twitch. Is that right? Or is that a
The
different
name
person?
sounds very familiar.
I don't know Twitch,
Arcia
but
Elkin.
Arcia Elkin.
That may be wrong.
But I know Uriel is probably like the. He probably had. I consider him like one of the best lore experts in the game by far. Him and Ashtarothi, I would say, are like up there.
Ashtarothi and Uriel are fucking encyclopedias of
Oh, they
Eve
are.
It's
knowledge.
But
impressive.
so
Like,
so my
Jesus Christ.
So my thing with him that I want to touch on this is, because it's such a new platform, a lot of people are going to hear lore and just think like, I know lore, you should vote for me because I know the lore of the game. That's actually not his main platform
That's
stance
not the
with
platform,
this. Yeah,
yeah.
no, his platform stance with this, and it's something that should have been like something that I mean, once I read it, I was like, well, that makes sense, but I never really thought about it for Eve. Because everyone just thinks of Eve as like this PvP, this industry, this grindy, not grindy, but like just
Hold
this
on.
very, yeah.
I just want to say, Skyhawk confirmed my suspicion. Arcia Elkin is her Eve character, and Baleful Dysnomia is
Okay.
her Twitch character.
Okay,
I
okay,
just-
so this is Baleful.
I want to
Definitely
put that
Baleful
out there for
Dysnomia.
anybody who's like listening to the
All right,
recording.
thanks, Skyhawk.
That's worth.
But yeah, so what Uriel's
main
main
flavor
platform is he wants to push for, and he understands that he's not going to be able to go in there and change the way Eve works, but he's going to go in there and push for and kind of give CCP a encouragement of like, this should be a focus of you guys, is that not just the lore of the game, but making the user interface of the game, especially with missions and quests. Well, it's like questing. Missions or questing. Missions and running the game should have an appeal and an apparent draw to them for people that want to do that. Because you look at other RPGs, you look at WoW and stuff, you have the quests, you have the lore, and it's very like you do these quests and it like immerses you in the thing. Whereas Eve, it's a very cookie cutter, cut and dry. It's like,
There's a
pick these up,
disconnect,
drop them
yeah.
off here.
Yeah.
Go mine this, bring it back. Go kill these pirates, come back. Go pick this person up, come back. And it's very cut and dry, and the dialogue, and also they repeat themselves.
I could see it for like
The
storyline
dialogue is
missions
kind
or
of
something.
dry, and the things like,
Like
they could.
an arc.
Well, and it's like, I think he's wanting to push for it. There's a lot of people that would be interested playing this game as a space sci-fi ship game that would be interested if it had a more single player driven element. I know that like Eve is meant to be a
Sure.
multiplayer, it's an MMO, but the thing is like there are people that play MMOs to play by themselves. And so
Yeah.
if you can make a draw for that, that is going to put people in the game that will be able to still be shot by other people.
And there's still content, yes, exactly.
And there's still content, but the thing is maybe people don't want to go join a corporation in a nullsec thing and go conquer space and go get in big fleet battles. What if they just want to go and do missions, and they want to have the missions matter, and they want to have, and he's also wanting the lore of the game to be tied in better with those missions, to where it's not just like,
Yeah.
you're picking up some trash and delivering it here, and then you're gonna save this random princess of a family that you don't know.
It's a sense of having an impact. Like if all you want to do is run missions,
He wants
you
to
want
be
to have
more immersive.
You want to have a sense that you're
accomplishing
having
something.
you're having an impact on the world, rather than
Yeah.
you're ferrying a couple of scientists to a station the next system over.
And he would like it
Like-
to be more immersive, where like, put some actual verbal dialogue in there,
Right.
like get some voice actors,
Well,
get
this
animated,
is-
oh, good. I
I
think
think
you and I
we're-
were getting at the same
We're-
thing,
we're
but you
getting
go
to
for
the
it.
same thing.
Yeah, okay, well,
You do it.
I will
Brandon.
start
You
it, and
go
then you
for it,
you
bro.
finish with the release. I'll
Nah,
no.
man, it's all yours. I'm gonna give it to you.
No. I was saying like, so he was saying like, have some animated dialogue, pictures of talking characters that you could see,
Right.
delivering
Which they
this stuff,
just
so it kind of
introduced.
makes you feel like you're more interacting with
That's
the
what we're
game
getting
itself,
at.
and it makes it more
Oh, shit.
entertaining. And released by CCP Darwin that Manic was talking about is they are developing an animated facial structure for
Aura
Aura. God,
And characters in general.
and
in general, yeah.
Yeah, so-
it wouldn't. So okay,
You
know,
you go. You
guys
know more
loop
than I
me
do.
in on
I was
Okay,
getting
okay.
into that, and then
Well, so I was just this is something this animated, the idea of like fully animated Eve characters. Yeah,
So you can make
not
porn with
not
your
even
characters.
deep fakes, but like oh, you're making a joke.
we're gonna get Wombo
No, but
AI in
so
the game.
they showed this off a little bit at Vegas 2019. This tech that they're developing where they can basically do motion tracking and apply it to Eve characters in the body animation and the facial animation. So this is I believe this is like in-house developed by CCP, which is impressive all on its own if it's
Sure.
true. I'm trying to think back to like Vegas 2019 if they talked about like they had a partnership with some kind of, you know, AI technology that would help them with this.
Hey,
I
pull
don't
Metal up,
think
Jordan.
they had it. So I'm thinking this is developed in-house by
Jordan.
CCP. But yeah, they can basically record like
Matterall.
manic velocity. What?
Trade pull Matterall up. I can't do it.
Oh shit! Sorry.
No. But
Oh,
so
you don't have the rolls.
the tech that they've developed, from what I remember at Vegas, they can take like a recording of my face, Manic Velocity's face right here, and they can take my face movement, my eyebrows, my eyelids, my mouth, whatever, my jaw, and they can apply that movement to an Eve character model. So if I'm remembering correctly, all they have to do is take somebody at CCP, like whoever's doesn't have enough on their plate that day. They can bring them into this room, sit them down, and record them saying a few lines. And then they can take that facial animation and apply it to an Eve character and make it use it in game. So yeah, CCP Darwin, who is on the creative, the graphics team at CCP. I can't remember the name of the team, but they've been working on this tech for a couple of years now, and it sounds like it's going to be coming into the game on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That fast?
If I'm remembering the tweet correctly, but one thing I definitely remember from the tweet, some very specific wording from CCP Darwin. I'm always paying so close attention to the language CCP uses in their stuff. In CCP Darwin's tweet, he said this is just the tip of the iceberg of what his team is working on. That's
Wow.
that is almost verbatim what he said. So
Deep fakes.
animated full like body motion tracked animated Eve characters with recorded voice dialogue. If that is just the tip of the iceberg,
Did a really
what a-
small iceberg?
It makes me
What's-
also want. I mean, like,
God damn it, Dom.
I mean,
God damn it, Dom.
not to sit there and say everyone vote
don't
for
wanna-
Uriel, but I'm just
So
saying
I think that's exciting stuff.
the
I
fact
was just teasing.
that Euro is pushing for an intrinsic change of the game as far as the solo play of the game, mission wise. He might be a great person to get on the CSM if this is the kind of stuff that they're going to be releasing this year, because you know. Not also Matterall, welcome. Sorry. Also Matterall, you don't have to be dragged.
trying
You
to
have
get
the
him to pull
roles
you
to
up for,
just
like,
come up in here, dude.
No, but I didn't want to just jump in. I
You
wanted
can
to
jump in.
respect
You have permission by
Dude, you're
me to-
Matterall. You can go anywhere.
You're
Yeah,
smarter and
you know
cooler
the
than
Matan
all
He
these
is the
was.
guys.
monkey.
You can do whatever
Yeah, you have
want.
permission from
You look like you
henceforth.
do,
You
you
have
can do
permission to
whatever you
just
want.
hop in here whenever you feel like.
Just
Alright.
jump in and start running your mouth.
But what's up?
Whatever you say is gonna be smarter than what we said.
Real
Yeah,
quick, my
I s-
thoughts. Sorry, go ahead, Matter.
Your thoughts? No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, with the animating characters, how do we have a countdown to how long till like firesides and things are in game with like Matani's character? You know, like beating his fists.
That's what I was getting at. Like
it's
this
gotta
is
be-
this
coming.
feels like
A
we
walking
could be
station-
getting
a real
close
walking
to
stations.
to something like walking in stations.
Although I don't think they can call it that again because there's a big
No, yeah,
stigma.
there's a stigma.
It's gonna be hopping in
Yeah.
stations.
strolling in
Hop-
stations,
strolling, meandering in stations.
spinning in
Yeah,
stations.
there you go.
moonwalking
Strolling,
in
strolling.
stations.
We already spin in stations.
I did talk to
Skipping sensations.
Loki, actually, CCP Loki in Las Vegas about that tech. And it was, it looked very promising, right? We all saw it. And it was what they showed in Vegas in 2019 appears to be what's in the test server now.
Okay, and this is the thing that Manic was saying he saw as well, right? Like they did.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. We looked at the CC, I think Tuesday when it came out. I'm sorry, it didn't come out. When they put the new patch through to Tranquility, which is the server that we play on, they load stuff up into CC, which is the test server, to test the next round of changes. And in the test server now, if you jump in there and you do a new player experience type new character, you'll end up seeing Aurora talking to you and moving around and being animated.
Oh,
Matterall.
can you get frisky?
I appreciate your
Okay.
talking in stations teach people from outside the game about what we're talking about approach.
Well, I was teaching you guys because I didn't know
No,
what you
it's
do.
fine. It was entertaining.
Well, and then yeah, so I just broke it down to the basics, but basically you can see it on her on the test server now talking. I don't know when she's coming in. I think I just learned from Manic that it could be.
I
This
think CCP
I-
Darwin said it would be coming on Tuesday.
I saw him posting some. I didn't see all the tweets.
let
I
me-
saw his
let me
first
double check
couple, and
that,
I
'cause
don't know
now
if he
I'm-
posted a date. I thought he just said soon.
You're saying we'll be able to walk in all stations and do whatever we want. Go to dinner.
Yeah,
and-
it's-
yeah,
We
Full
have
walk-
this,
thing.
full walking in
It's
stations
second.
is coming
It's
on
Second
Tuesday.
Life. Like, have
we
you
have
That's
not
right,
seen
I
Rolls
heard.
Authority via
have you seen Ready Player One? That's coming next week to Eve.
Oh fuck yeah! I've
Hell
been waiting
yeah.
for that.
Okay. Here's what it is. So
We'll download our consciousness straight into the game.
somebody an Eve
Oh, you
player on
suck.
Twitter, named Dr. Spadumane.
Yeah.
He tweeted 3D talking avatars coming to an Eve near you soon. Check out the new animated Aura tutorial guide on the Singularity server. Now, CCP Darwin retweeted this tweet from Dr. Spadumane and said,
CCP alt.
the first visible in-game tip of the iceberg for what my team has been working on for the last year and a half. So,
Here's what I think it is. Actually, Spot is our tech guy at TIS.
okay.
So he's the guy that does our test center stuff. So he's the
Definitely
one that
CCP
did that. But he also found underpinnings, not actual stuff for missions, the agency, or what do you call it? You know, when you collect missions, the mission characters, he saw the underpinnings of that, which CCP already said they were looking to do.
So animated mission agents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
agents.
The
So
missions
maybe
would
they
talk to you.
speak-
I would assume like when you go out to the missions and the pirates are gonna, because that's the
This
thing, like
sounds like what you were talking about, Drake.
yeah, because the missions right now, like I agree with that's the thing that Uriel was saying. He has a really long thing. I would recommend people go read his campaign post, but he was saying that you go in the missions and all the dialogue that comes from the mission, that it's like it just goes in your local chat and you have to like pay attention. But the thing is, like, if you're in a system where local chat's spamming or something, usually it's not, because there's not a lot of
could miss
action in
some
those
key
systems.
mission information.
You can, and
yeah.
like you have to scroll up, and
Oh,
you can
yeah.
miss stuff, and also it seems cluttered with some of the symbols. And
Sure.
it seems kind of wonky. Where as if they had this like pretty much every other game is gonna do, a little pop up thing that you can do if you're in the mission and you're a little pop. You could close it if you want, so you don't have to listen to it. And you can close it, get out of the way, but find a way to make it non-intrusive, where it's not like up over top of your everything. Like put it somewhere small, put it somewhere that usually. I would say do some research, find the spot on the screen where most people don't have stuff or windows going, like no chat windows, no overviews. Find the spot of the screen where the vast majority of players have empty. Make it take up that spot. Put the talking head with the voice acting and all that stuff in there with an easily findable closing thing, and then you could, so if they want to skip it. But then you can have like something that's a little bit more interactive, a little bit more. Then if local chat's going doing whatever it's thing, you can still listen to your mission and
You just
And,
pop up the little animated head in the corner, and they start talking about the whatever, and you can either, exit
well,
out or
that's
whatever,
the thing. Like the corner,
void
all
out
the
of it,
corners are
but-
taken.
Well,
Like top right, you got your overview up there. Top
Yeah,
left, you got
I
your system
think they could-
information.
I think
Bottom
they
left,
could
you got your
probably,
chats. Like
you know,
it's got to be somewhere.
They could probably get away with opening it over the system information in
That's
the
what I was
top
thinking,
left,
yeah.
because it's the animated
That's probably not
avatar.
that
It would just
enforced,
be
yeah.
it would be a temporary window. It would close as soon as the conversation was done.
And not many
it's
people
not,
interact with those system things
it's
anyway.
not. Yeah, it's not obscuring
Oh god,
vital
things are out of hand.
information.
More waves are coming
Right,
in.
right.
Prepare
right.
yourself.
You still have your overview. You still have chat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Could be
I would.
interesting.
I think that would be. I mean, like even if they put that in, I don't think I would be doing missions because I'm not really into running. But I assume that people that run missions would like that better, and new players coming in would find that more appealing than just what we have now.
It would be
My-
more engaging. Yeah,
Yeah.
because and people have talked about this before, how like Eve's character creator, even since, you know, the new one launched in 2011, these are like really beautifully rendered characters. They're they still look good all these years
But
later.
why have
and
them if
pe-
they're generally just static pictures that
people
you only see
spend
randomly?
Yeah.
so
You don't
people spend
interact with
a
your
lot
character.
of time kind of perfecting the look of their character, and they look so nice, but really all you see is just a snapshot of them.
Right. My
So
main
yeah.
my main concern with that idea is that they add an animated voiceover to their current missions, and they say, hey, you know, that's what people wanted, and then they give it up there instead of making it, in my opinion, what hopefully that CSM candidate is talking about, and maybe you were talking about it, is kind of doing a little bit of mission reform or something to where there needs to be a progression and a feeling of the downside is that missions, you're going to run the same damsel in distress every 8th mission and
Right.
whatever. You have to make a storyline. There has to be like
Well,
a stair step of some sort, and they don't have that right now. It's just
Yeah.
a recycled
I
It's
agree.
very
It
copy
would-
pasted
it-
content.
Yeah, it would essentially put a nice looking face on existing looping missions, because that's the thing, like
Yeah.
if you're just grinding missions in a certain area for money, it's like you're going to be looping the same missions, because it's like you only get so many arcs and they only have so many missions each one, and you're going, if you do them all the time, you're going to repeat them constantly. What he was talking about, and I don't know if he mentioned how they incorporate it or how they make it work. And honestly, if they were going to, it would take a lot more work and effort on CCP's part, and so much more investment in the mission and solo play. But I would say he was wanting them to incorporate much more visibly the existing lore of the game, because he's like, right now, like, yeah, you do these missions, but the lore, the actual underlining lore of like the background of Eve, of what these houses of the different factions of the different empires are, and what they're like in Amar, like you have the different houses vying for supremacy, and you have this whole, like, it's almost like Game of Thrones backstabbing shit going on all the time. And then you have like the Minmatar tribes, and you have the Kaldari corporations, and it's
And
like
you
you
don't-
have all this rich
Corporate
background
takeovers.
lore,
You
but
don't
you
see-
only see it if you go and do in-depth research searching for it
Yeah,
online.
you have to go
don't
digging
see it in
for
the
it.
game.
It's
And
not
he
incorporated.
he
Yeah.
wants to find a way to make that lore easily accessible when you're playing the game, to
I
where
think
you
that's
can be
cool.
involved in it without having to like go and do homework, essentially.
Here's my thoughts at a bare minimum. In most, you know, character avatar based MMOs, in my experience, you know, you have an effect on the storyline, but you don't, because while you had to clear out the boar infestation around the village or whatever, you know, I'm thinking early player
Those
stuff.
boars are always going to be there.
They're always there, but every time you pass the NPC, they say, "Oh, it sure is great that you helped us out with that thing," and that's how you interact. I think it's kind of an easy fix, but at the same time, it's kind of not, because we don't walk past NPCs and they don't, you know.
Yeah.
Sure is a nice day for
He-
fishing, eh?
It's
You know, so if you don't have some sort of feedback for, well, you know, I cleared out the Garistas infestation in my starter system, but you know, I still see them all the time, but I need some sort of feedback that I was part of the effect of something. That's where it kind of gets blurry to me. I think it could be an easy fix, but at the same time, without something where you interact with NPCs on a regular basis anyway, I'm not sure how it could be so easy. And of course, it can't be terribly hard. Otherwise, we're talking multiple years in the future before we see something, unless the iceberg is very impressive, which could be.
yeah. It's,
Sorry.
no, it's good. It's good. Yeah, because I remember there was a time, I think it was with the Odyssey expansion, actually. I think they actually, CCP went through all of the missions and reduced the amount of flavor text in like the mission description by like I want to say like 75%.
Just streamline it.
Where yeah, they took the time. Usually, like back in the days when you pulled up a mission, it would be like 3 or 4 paragraphs that nobody was reading, and they cut that down to like 1 or 2 paragraphs per mission. So
That nobody's reading.
Hey, bro, I
That-
heard you
no,
like
that
Iskin
still
LP. Let me
nobody's
just give you that quicker.
Yeah.
No, you know, but they've been
But
doing
it
that for
does
a
seem
while.
less daunting that way.
But you remember when they actually took the modules, tier-sided them, and then changed them all to different
Yeah.
effects?
Over the
that-
last 8 years.
Yeah, instead of just
Still
like
happening.
1 through 4, 4
It's-
being the
it's
best by
ongoing,
far,
yeah.
and like now it's like
yeah, but the names were really interesting, weird.
They were so
Yeah.
obtuse. Yeah.
Scout
Yeah.
and yeah,
They
Well, the original names.
well, the original names were obtuse, but now like if you do a little bit of research, you know that what the modules are named now, they correspond. The names correspond to
some
the
sense.
types of benefits they.
Yeah.
But you see what they did
yeah.
there,
do
right?
this
So-
like cold gas
because-
micro warp drives like
Enduring, compact, things like
Enduring,
that. Little
compact.
buzzwords.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ozzy's
So
favorite
there, you
ample.
could still find, you know, as a newer player or as an early player, you could find logic in it, but you know, it still had a little bit of flavor text.
Right.
But
or
here's the
naming.
thing: the reason they did that, I think, is to make the game more casual friendly, right? Because now you have
Of
a
course.
keyword, you can understand.
Sure,
This one
sure.
has a longer range, just because
Sure,
it's called
hopefully.
scope.
Or,
Yeah,
or
it's just
really
called
quickly,
scope.
you could pick that.
Unless
I
you're
think
not very
that's
smart,
I think
don't
that's a
fly
good
out.
change.
I mean,
I think
I
that's a
agree.
good
I
change.
agree. Multi.
Well, here's the thing, though.
spectrum,
You're
yeah.
getting rid of lore now, and you're substituting it for casualness, for gameplay. You're
Well, now I
sacrificing
don't like
flavor.
it.
Where's that torch I had?
God damn it! Now I'm mad.
So
Oh, it's
that's my thoughts. Though,
Dunkinkle.
is there's an approach to
What's
take,
up, Dunk?
and I don't think it's an easy approach, but I think that there is a way to do it. I'm not entirely sure how to get there, but I do think there is some merit to having a player feel like they have some effect, even if we all can realize it's an arbitrary effect and you still see
Well,
the boars
yeah.
outside the village.
Let these, because I'm guessing this is not a small subset of players who are really into the lore and interested in it. Let
Probably is, but
let
I don't-
them. Well,
I'm interested in it, but it's not a
comparatively,
big part
yeah,
of what I
I'm
do.
sure. I'm sure they're not. They're definitely not a majority.
but it doesn't have to be.
But they're not a small group. That's what I'm saying. They're not a
I
small
agree.
group, but they're not a majority. But even so, like there's this aspect of the game that they really enjoy, and they don't get to have any impact on it.
yeah. Well, and it's kind of like what I was saying earlier. I was just saying in chat is like not as many people do the mission running thing. A lot of people like it. They like the lore, but like if they made it more immersive this way, I bet more people would do it. The people that already do it would enjoy it more, and then new players coming in might also. You would get an increased use of it. But aside from that, like the PvP and the industry side of it is the main gameplay of the game, and so that does need to be, I think, CCP's main focus. But it doesn't hurt to put some side work into this, because if you can make this the whole mission thing and make the immersion of it more fun to do, you're gonna open up a whole new level of customer base essentially that is like into that stuff, that are not into, I don't want to like min-max my ship and go fight people.
Right.
Like I'm just not into that. I don't want to get into a group. Some people just don't want to play with other people. I just want to play this game by myself. Fuck other people. I don't want to be in a guild or a corp or some people.
Yeah, I don't-
that's not what they want.
I
But
don't
like,
want a job.
yeah, it's like I just
Sure.
want to run.
Second job.
I just want to play this, and if they can
First-
make it
first job for someone
fun
else.
for people
Yeah,
like
sure.
that, then you're gonna get an increased player base. And no, it's not. I'm not saying that this is gonna like drive players up. It's not gonna drive like new subs up 50% or anything like that. I'm just saying like it's not bad, because the people that do run missions are a percentage of your player base. So you do need to put some of your development time and focus on them. It doesn't need to be the majority of your development time and focus, but it should be some. And so if they could do something like this and make it some kind of long-term project and slowly implement it and work on it, I don't think it would be, it'd probably just be beneficial overall.
I agree. I think there would be merit to that. And I know in the last, let's say 2-ish, 3-ish years, they've kind of started to put a little bit more emphasis on, hey, let's look at the new player experience kind of thing. I think
Yeah, it's been a big
if-
focus for a while.
I'm not trying to pigeonhole them into, hey, now there's an expectation of the development you need to be doing. But if this is the tip of an iceberg in that direction, I think that could be very solid. Because like you said, you know, it's probably not the most noticeable population, but there's definitely a population of people that interact with those things on a regular basis and probably could enjoy and it honestly could suck in other people who, you know, maybe gave it a try and just it didn't stick, you know, kind of thing. I understand some of the appeals of traditional MMO mechanics and how that would benefit you.
Oh, lolly. I like that lolly.
I'm sorry.
you
I
got it in while he was here.
I
That's great.
can't not play that when you're here, so I have to throw it in. I just thought of it, so
I think what I like about that so much is your reaction to it.
I love it. I love it because like hearing it is funny, but knowing the context behind it makes it 10 times better.
It's even better.
It,
yeah.
It's so it's like.
Do you guys want to get into some drama? I can bring you some drama if you want.
Oh, yeah?
I'm down for
do
some
we
drama.
want drama?
I don't know if you do. Actually. You guys
We
are
were
doing
doing
great.
TMZ earlier, so
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I
were doing
venture to guess we
TMZ
could.
with like Keanu Reeves' love life and stuff.
It was pretty weird.
Well, is Dunk Dinkle available? Can you come in here, Dunk?
Does Dunk want to come on?
I don't
Come
know.
on, Dunk. What
He's
are you
in the
waiting
audience.
for?
We'll see if he's still there.
He's still there.
I don't know. He's a busy guy.
No,
He's got
he's
so many
not.
bees.
He acts busy, but
It's
he's
so
really
funny that
not.
he's in a war with bees, but he like cares
His,
for and has
his
a
own
whole.
bees in his backyard.
He's got bees in his backyard. He cares for all of them. And he's like
He's the
very
nicest
very
person,
kind and thoughtful of the
generally.
bees.
I think I saw a picture with him stung like in the cheek or something.
It was on his like his eye. I don't know his
His-
eyebrow
He
or
actually
like the
started to
yeah.
slap, and his niceness overcame.
Yeah, no,
and
it
he
was
Okay,
ended up
he's
petting
here.
him.
He's here. Hello, Dunk.
Hey, what's up, Dunk?
Look at that instant service. I have to sit here and wait
Yeah,
for
no,
like
he
10 minutes.
Dunk gets the red
Where,
carpet.
where did you
Yeah.
get stung, Dunk? Was it on the bottom of your eye or like your eyebrow?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think I got stuck in my eyebrow. That
Yeah,
one
and
time
it was funny
kinda
'cause
swelled over, but
It was literally like we had a show and you
Yeah.
were on. I was like, Dunk, you scare me. Like you need to wear a bee suit and a bee mask. And then like literally the next show, I see that
You
you
changed
posted like
it?
I got stung in the face. I'm like, I
It
told
made you look like
jinxed it.
it arched your eyebrow like Marilyn Monroe. You actually look kind of good.
well,
So
thank you.
I'd hit that.
And the funny is like after the next video I saw, you did have a bee suit on. I was like, oh, good. I feel bad.
Evolution.
Yeah.
What
Alright,
were you
caused
gonna ask?
that.
What were you gonna ask,
Now
Dunk?
you know
Metal?
you caused that.
Dunk. So Dunk had not of the state of the alliance. What do you call it? Not
Not a
a
soda.
soda.
Now they're the interim sodas
Oh,
because Kigali made me the interim CEO.
I haven't watched it.
it's only 9 minutes, and the best
TIS?
parts,
TS did the whatever.
and it's only got like 8 minutes that are you must see TV actually because you saw Dark Dunkle come out.
Dark Dunkle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got to see this.
TMZ. We have to explore this.
Dunk goes dark. Okay, so
It was scary.
we did
Dunk After Dark.
yeah, on Wednesday we did like a 3-hour breakdown of the town halls and stuff, and I threw Dunks in there because I started matching up the timeline. And here's the bottom line. I'll cut to the chase. I think Dunk Dinkle got under Matani's skin. That's the conclusion I came to at the end, because Dark Dunkle essentially twisted the knife.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just living rent free in their head with what I said. It resonates with them, unfortunately.
I missed what you said. So nothing
Living-
resonates in my head. So
That's
don't
the
worry
best
about it.
place to be.
Living rent free while running a bee motel in his backyard.
Yeah, but you guys are settled up now in Aquarius. That was the big news coming out of your interim SOTA.
Well, I guess what's the Elton John song "I'm Still Standing." So, we
I
went
guess
through some
that's why
tough
they call it
times.
the blues. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm still standing, and we're basically in majority control of all Aquarius and seem pretty strong. Our allies are alongside with us. We're making plans for the future, and the Imperium is, they're in this very defensive position. So I wouldn't have predicted this would be the situation back in January. We were kind of having some tough times, but 3 months later, and everything changed pretty radically.
Yeah, totally. Were you actually on death's door at some point?
we weren't at death's door. I mean, everything's overblown in things, but it's a blow, right? It's a gut punch when something leaks and when we're having trouble and where our space is getting assaulted and we have very tough choices to make, right? You don't want to be in that position where you don't have good choices to make, and it's not fun, right? So now we made our choice. We've taken a bunch of losses, but I think we're in a very strong position. And if you're in comms, if you're part of Brave right now, our morale couldn't be higher, as opposed to what the opponents like to say on their talk shows.
Mm.
Yeah, there's always it's anytime I like the talk show, there's so much spin going on. I mean, like, I don't watch Meta Show much, but
Narratives, eh?
I mean, there's narrative. I mean, it's Meta Show is entertaining, but man, if
Did you see the last one?
I did not,
Well,
I
look,
did not.
but see, here's the
But
thing.
I have a
right?
hard
Here's the
time
thing
believing
is,
like,
right, you
no one
can't-
can take that like fully 100% at face value, right? They can't.
You'd hope.
Better not.
But here's the thing, right? It's I don't make judgments about the way that the Imperium people feel about what's going on, right? Everyone I talk to is like, we're going to kick your ass and it's going great and this is according to plan, and their morale seems sky high, and I have no doubt of that. I'm not going to say it's, especially after M2 was super high, like, I'm not going to cast aspersions on how they feel about things or where they think the game is going. Like, I believe them at face value, what they say. So I'm not trying to infer anything about anyone's morale or position except my own people, right, that I talk to, and I know them even better. So I think we take a different position on what we think the other people in general are thinking about the war.
Well, everybody in here has had sex, right?
I have not.
I can't
Dumbass.
prove it yet.
You have
Big
to
of
sit-
you to
There's no
assume,
little
Matterall.
fast
Yeah,
pass running.
man, like, what an assumption. Way to call everyone out. Like,
Well, I
Tom.
have two
Jeez.
daughters, so it was at least twice.
You have fuck trophies.
I got three boys, but I don't think I've had sex yet.
I mean, like, there's always
I can't prove anything.
Stork came by and dropped him off.
That's right. They were hatched.
Shots.
Oh,
Please.
I'll drink.
Hurting me.
It looks like you're drinking Pringles.
I actually want to know, like, I'll do a shot. Like, I want to know where Matterall. I was gonna call you Mannerall. Can I just call you
Yeah,
Mannerall?
call me
Man-
He's drinking
Mannerall.
Pringles. I want to see the
Like,
Pringles.
I
drinking.
want to see where Mannerall is going with this. We've all had sex, right? So that being said, go.
Okay, so the next part of that is because it seems like the Meta Show assumes that you have not, and you never will, and the cheerleader that you want to get with is at their party and you can't get in.
I do remember going upstairs to do what real men do.
I need to no
Fantastic
wait.
analogy.
I seriously
Was
need to
odd.
hear that again. Matterall, what did you say?
Well, part of the breakdown was just how
Just say exactly what you just said.
that the Meta Show, if you heard it and you were on the other side of the Meta Show, meaning a part of Legacy, that you have not had sex and the cheerleader that you want to have sex with is at their party and you're not allowed in. Therefore, you call the cops on the party to break it up.
Oh, that's not gonna get you
This
laid.
is-
That's
this
not
is-
gonna get you laid.
This is a fantastic
Your best bet is
analogy.
to sneak into the party.
Well, the problem with this,
Wow.
with this is that this person who's pushing this narrative assumes that everyone is not confident, has doubts about themselves, is a little bit neurotic about their life, and that this stuff resonates with them, that they feel they're the outsider.
You've actually met some other Eve players, right?
Yes, but the
Okay,
thing
because
is,
you're kind of describing them right now.
right, but the thing is,
Rough
for
shots
for
fired.
anyone who is, I'll say, I don't know, self-actualized or very confident in who they are, or doesn't
Or
have doubts
handsome.
about their, or just whatever, like, has confidence and isn't hurt by what other people say about them, what it shows is a weakness. It shows like a schoolyard, like middle school attempt to make you feel bad about yourself. That's weak, and it's so obvious. It's like, this is the most juvenile way to try and bring someone down, is to say you're not cool.
It's
And so for anyone who has
How
any
dare
confidence,
you.
it comes off the other way. It
It's
comes
dumb,
off
yeah.
it comes off as you are being immature
Or
You
weak.
don't know my life. You don't know the amount you're the one who's weak and you're overcompensating.
Well, I just think that kind of worked in the 80s, you know, like or 90s, whenever you were born. I don't know, but it kind of feels like
70s
those
too, maybe. We don't
those
know.
tactics might have worked in the 80s. But if I tell my kid like the cheerleader you want to have sex with is at another guy's
Why are
party
you
and you
still
can't
on
go to
this
that party,
having
No,
sex with a
just let the
cheerleader?
analogy
Because-
roll, man.
It
It's
was an analogy.
established.
I'm
3 days
sure
ago.
I'm sure my son would say, I got all the porn I need on my phone. I don't have a cheerleader that I want to
Oh,
pursue.
don't do it on your phone.
I'm just saying.
Don't do it on
the
your phone.
world
Like,
has
if
totally
you-
changed.
It has
So
totally
now
changed.
let's
You
get
are
into
100%
our,
correct.
our NordVPN sponsorship.
That's right.
Yeah,
Don't tell
no,
me.
we don't have a
The world has
NordVPN
changed.
sponsorship.
That's
But
what
I
you
will
have.
say,
Joking.
Yet.
well, yet. But what you
Joking.
should do is
Not
you
laughing
can
at my
use
jokes.
your already existing NordVPN sponsorship
Through your PC.
to then order some Manscaped. I don't know. I tried to.
Can we?
You guys
let's
haven't
do,
brought it up
let's,
yet.
let's do one show where we don't talk about Manscaped.
I agree.
We
I
can
think
still
we
talk
should.
about balls, right?
There
Just
is
not
this
Manscaped.
there is
show
this
if you like
electric
one.
razor thing that like it folds in half and you can reach your back with it. It's really good.
What?
Like
I
a
don't-
backstasher with
I
a
don't
It's like
have-
the
hairy
back.
dude,
It's like
but
the
I don't
back.
even
I don't have a
I'll
back.
find,
I mean,
I'll
I don't-
find the link.
Oh my god! Can you imagine the troughs you end up with? Because you can't get it all. You never do
confirmed.
it.
Confirmed. Confirmed.
best
Dunk
to
has
go
back
to
hair.
Oh, just some loose back hairs patches, real
That's actually
patchy,
the hot take for
red
tonight.
and bleeding.
you know, keeps the bees away.
Oh, it's called the Man Groomer. That's it. There it is. Yeah.
That's a
It's-
competing brand.
So
Don't muck up this
it actually
podcast.
reaches around your
We've
shoulder.
actually gone past 10, so it is now weird. It's just
Yeah,
weird.
it-
Look,
oh.
I was just coming to deliver some.
Oh yeah, you're
some
on
drama.
Central
That's
Time. That's a
Drama.
weird time zone.
You were invited because you're so bright and cheery, and we love you.
Yeah.
But actually, Dunk, there was one part, and I'll apologize to you in public. I did at the end of the last program I did, but I'll do it again. When you wear your Brave shirt underneath a jacket, it looks like a bikini, and the shadow from the jacket kind of looks like cleavage. So you kind of look a little
Overweight.
And he leaned
opposite,
into it.
opposite dressed.
He was like, and I'm kind of, enjoying the fact that he has cleavage.
I didn't enjoy
All right.
it.
Well, all right.
You
I'll
said
I'll
that.
take your fashion advice under consideration. I'll have Mrs. Dinkle check me out the next time
I
and
think that-
correct my choices.
He's
The culprit
boobalicious.
I thought I thought you looked very TikTok appropriate, but I was.
Voluptuous.
Very boobalicious.
I'm not body shaming you.
Well, I
know
am.
you're an
I am.
athlete.
I am a
Yeah.
thirst trap. I am a thirst trap. So
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Hey, I don't know about you, but my well, all I'm saying is, my most viral TikTok is at 850,000 views. So, I've got a fan
Ooh.
base
Which
out
one's
there.
that?
Do you have any
That's better than mine.
NFTs that I can
I
buy?
believe you.
Which one is that?
Oh, did you see that the
link.
NFT
It's the-
for the
It's-
you- It's his Brave Bikini one.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you all know the briefcase of friendship and the
Hell
sipper
yeah.
jiggers
Yeah.
that I do. So I made a video of before the Super Bowl, like this is our traditional Super Bowl drink, and I showed up people how to use the chaser jigger, sipper jigger thing that I use in the briefcase of
These
friendship.
things are so
And
cool.
850,000
Wow.
knuckleheads have watched it. So
impressive.
It's a bunch of vampires are like, I
I
need
wanna
that
watch it.
case
Yeah.
The case is
for
fantastic.
my blood
It's-
collection.
that thing is iconic. Yeah.
First time I met you, that's just fucking funny.
Yeah, I know. It's a
Didn't
great
ex-
first
you don't
impression.
expect that. It was the case. It's fucking. It's awesome.
Yeah, I thought he was going to shoot me, right? Like he puts the case down in front of you.
Yeah. Wait,
He's like-
that was your first thought? Somebody
Yeah,
puts
yeah.
a briefcase down
I
on
thought
the
he was gonna
table
try
in
to
front
sell
of
me
you,
something.
and your brain immediately goes, "Oh God, I'm gonna die."
Yeah, he's like, stand right there. And he opens the briefcase in front of me.
Don't move.
yeah, the brief. I think that I
Greg,
have.
I think you introduced me to him actually.
I may have, but I think I have actually been fortunate enough to be a part of the friend case of brief ship.
Brief ship of friend case.
No, the briefcase of friendship at every single Eve meet I've been to.
Whatever that ship is. it's
Well,
gonna
except for
sink.
no, maybe not the first one. Not the first one I went to.
You were on the out.
well, no, you and I would do like the first one when I would show up in Vegas. So I'm hoping you're there in Vegas this year.
I am.
Drayden
will
is
be.
coming to
I will
Vegas,
be.
I heard it was sponsored.
whether he wants to or not.
Yeah, I am
We're gonna
going.
drive up there and get him if we have to.
Yeah, no.
Are you guys going? You guys are going?
Yeah, I'm going.
100%,
I'm
yeah.
going. I
I got my
have
hotel
a flight
booked.
voucher.
Yep.
Vlad said I could crash in his hotel room, so I was like, okay, I can
You know, he's an
afford it.
NC. He's an NC guy. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So is he.
Oh, that's right. You are too.
Let's see.
It's okay.
Forgot about that.
For now,
You're just not anymore. He still is.
It's
about
not,
to warn you.
it's not
I
gay if
haven't-
you're both in NC.
That's right.
I have
I
not
was about
been
to warn
able
you.
to make a lot of war fleets just
The
because,
NC
man,
guys will.
like they do them too early. If they would do
You
them
did
at
you were
like
doing a
9
few there
p.m.
for a
p.m.
while.
They go through your laundry.
If they would do them at 9 p.m., I would be okay with it. But like, you
Do
know,
they
it's
wash
like,
it at least if they
they're
go
always
through
like, oh, 4 p.m. Let's get
Yeah.
on fleets. I'm like,
okay then.
bruh,
you have
I'm not
shit
home
back.
for like 2 more hours at work.
Fuck
Like,
those East Coasters living
mhm.
on the East Coast.
Yeah, well, no,
Fuck
I'm
the West
West Coast,
Coasters,
but
man. You
also
guys
I
are
don't
fucking
get
all-
home till like 5 to
that.
6 West Coast time. So it's like, and then I get home and I do dinner. It's like, but if I'm ready to sit down on
Change
my
your
computer,
schedule
it's
to
like
what needs to be
7 to
done.
8 p.m. West Coast
Just-
time.
Seems like you're
faster.
trying to fail.
So it's like 0300, 0400 fleets I can go on, but that's not when the fleets are going out. They're
Sounds
going
like a
out like
whole mess of
0100,
excuses.
0100.
it
It's
sounds
like,
like a Drayden
Should we,
problem.
should we go
Not
to
an
the
NC dot
after?
problem.
Should we go to the after show?
we probably should go to the
No.
after show.
We're half an
Yeah,
hour over
just clip
time.
it. Just
What-
hit it. Stop,
Manning,
start.
Manning,
Hit
Manning,
Stop, start. Just do
What are
stop,
your
start.
clocks at? Because I'm at 8:23.
I'm at
guys,
9:25.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
rounding
In
up.
2 hours and 25 minutes.
Later, Dunk.
I'm,
Dunk,
I'm,
thanks for
I'm
stopping by,
taking
bud.
off.
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
Dunk.
All right, see you,
Dunk,
Dunk.
You guys have a
Dunk,
good night.
Dunk.
Yes. Yeah.
Be
I
nicer.
love you.
Be nicer.
Love
I
you
love
too.
you.
Get
Yeah,
get your
oh.
vaccine shots, please.
Oh,
Yes.
I've already been
Done and
doubled
done.
up.
Dude,
Next week's second shot.
in 3
Good
days
on
I
you.
will be completely vaccinated.
Next Wednesday, it'll be 2 weeks after my second shot. So
Hey,
I
today is
should-
my today's my 2 week after my second shot.
Baller.
How's your
I'm so proud of you all. I'm so proud of
Yeah.
you all.
Good on
Yeah.
you.
Good
I'm
night.
hoping for really good
Good
sleep.
night.
I take that shit serious. Yeah, no, it's
In
yeah.
our area, there's no reason not to have your
less,
shot.
less than a
I mean,
week.
they're
I will
basically
be
throwing you
quote
away at this
unquote
point.
as immunized as I can get. So
Nice. Should we all like show our immunity tattoos? Like what
Yeah, we should all get tattoos in Vegas that
Did
we're
they
all,
have that?
we all
Oh,
got
yeah.
vaccinated.
Pfizer or
What-
Moderna?
We'll
Yeah,
get
I got the-
Pfizer and
You're gonna
Moderna
wrap your
logos
brain.
tattooed on our
With a
arms.
barcode underneath it, so they can scan you.
you know what?
Well,
as,
yeah.
Barcode.
as
that would be
stupid
funny.
as,
I gotta get my windows.
as stupid as that is, I would.
That is.
think I might
that
do
is
it. I don't
such
have a single
funny
tattoo, but I
idea.
think I
Oh,
might
I
do
love
that.
that idea. Oh my god.
Little space for the date, right? So they can
Dude.
write when you.
Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah.
Okay, whether it's those, should we get tattoos in Vegas?
It'd be a small
Yeah,
tattoo.
QR
Very
code so
cheap.
people use their
I
phones.
feel
that's
like
right,
I
yeah.
need a tattoo.
I have a
I
tattoo.
don't-
I
QR
don't
code,
have
yeah.
any tattoos.
I have
but
a
feel
big
like
tattoo on my
should get
side
at
I want
least one
removed.
before I die.
I have a
Manic,
big
what would
tattoo
you
on my
get?
side I want removed. It's
so
only half
the,
done.
the tattoo,
But I want it
the
gone.
tattoo that I
Get it
really
covered.
want to get, no joke, and this is the lamest fucking thing I know. I want to get matrix plugs down the back of
Oh,
my
that's actually
down my
pretty fun.
spine.
Oh,
like one
Sindel
one on the
Pellion
back of
had
my-
it wasn't matrix plugs. It
Looks
was
good at the
it was
beach.
like Eve Online pod plugs. She got those down her spine.
I saw her.
That's-
Yeah,
that-
at
yeah,
Vegas. I
like
saw her
similar
too.
to that, just like the jack-in plug at the base of the skull, and then the other plugs down the spine. That's what I
pretty
would
cool,
do.
actually.
You'll be that
Just
guy
gonna
at the
say.
convention that I talked to. I was looking at him and I was like, man, that guy is super brave. Look at him in cosplay. So I went over there and I was like, I love your Kaldari outfit, dude. You're totally rocking it. He's like,
Great
The
This
guy,
is how
the
I
guy that had
dress.
didn't he have the laser eye?
I
Who
don't
was-
know if he
Who was the guy that had the LED laser eye? He made it himself.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
We
who
are
that
now
guy
officially
was.
in the After Dark.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got to go to After Dark. Real quick though,
We lose everybody if you stay.
man,
there.
I do remember seeing a picture of a guy that had a QR code tattoo.
We
and
gotta
when,
do
and
final
when you
shots.
did the
final
when you
thoughts.
when you like
Oh,
did
yeah,
the
hit
QR
that button.
code, it sent you to the Rickroll YouTube video.
Nice.
I was like, you actually got that as a
That's-
tattoo.
holy shit,
That's,
that's-
commitment
that's
to the
impressive.
meme. But
That's
it,
impressive.
It's
Yeah.
worthy. I wouldn't do it, but it's worth it.
I
Yeah, I would
wouldn't do
never.
it.
I
Run
would
the-
never do that, but
I
I
would never-
respect.
yeah.
I respect
Exactly.
that he
Drayden,
did
hit
that.
the After Darks.
all right, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
after
no, no.
shots.
We're
After
gonna
shots.
we're gonna do a quick cut just so it's easy to me.
Do the after shots. They
We-
release
Oh,
the fucking
Play,
dirt-
Oh,
play
that
my
thing.
animation.
Yeah.
Play his
Brandon.
animation.
You're contractually obligated to
Yeah,
play
yeah,
my
yeah. No,
animation.
no. We actually did enter into a contract with Manic. He can
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
sue
I'm
us if
trying
we
to
don't
save
do
you.
this. So
I get 5 cents for every time you play this animation.
absolutely. All right, so we're gonna do final shots, final thoughts.
button.
I did. Shush, it's playing.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, Manic's a genius. Like, he does this stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, so final shot. Dom, you're up.
Am I up? I'm
Yeah.
first? Okay.
You first.
So I love you
Go
guys.
alphabetical.
See, I can't fucking read right now. Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
You said you love us.
I love you
You
guys.
said you love us.
It's to you and my shout out to my fucking buddies. We're gonna have a fun time tomorrow going to the vibrator races on our bicycles.
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Fuck yeah, we have 2 people going to compete.
That's just a road with potholes.
Oh shit!
It might be.
I don't.
It's gonna be a good time.
We'll wait till the
Right,
after
I think
show.
we're
I'll
riding
ask
60
what those
miles,
are.
Vibrator races and head. Yeah.
We'll cover that in the after show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, tease.
All
me
right,
after
so
show, good.
I'll do a final shot, final thought. Man, I'll just say 18 years of Eve, good shit. I've had some good times. I didn't submit any videos to this thing because I didn't have any like actual. I don't really record myself playing Eve, so I didn't have any like good stuff of like this is me doing Eve. I was tempted to link one of the Vegas videos because I always do the Vegas videos, and I figure that's part of Eve as well. It's part of like the community development thing of it. So, but I'll probably just post it on Twitter later. But I'm just saying, like, Eve, good fucking game, better fucking community. The game is fun, but like the game would be nowhere where it is today without the people that play it and how connected people get. I mean, like, it doesn't even compare to other games. Like, it's something else. It's got this like, I'm just gonna call it the Eve factor. So I'll do a shots to the fact that this is a game where people put like connections over mechanics, and it just makes the game just go.
Or affiliation.
It just goes.
Yeah. I could drink to that.
Hilmar calls it the Eve effect.
Eve effect. Okay, I call
Of course,
it
he wants to
factor.
coin it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Hilmar.
all right. So Manic, you're up next.
Same. 18 years of Eve. Jesus Christ.
Forgot
And
that, sorry.
it's like, yeah, it's a weird game. It's a weird game, but we all love it. And but like, it's funny to think like the game is not why we're here. We're here because of the players and the experiences we've had in the game. The game is incidental to these connections we've made. It's not fundamental to them. It's a unique thing. That's like there's literally no other game out there like Eve. There's some that maybe come close, but I think Eve is still kind of the reigning champion of as far as sandbox MMOs that are actually like live and
Actual sandboxes.
yeah, actual
And you can-
sandboxes that
People
really
will talk about your effect years to
yeah
come. Possibly.
you can talk about these moments like I was there, like that's not just a meme.
Or I caused that.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly, and that's like what we were saying with the lore stuff. Like the lore players don't really get to participate in the I was there kind of stuff if all they're doing is really running missions.
They can role play. it.
But they should have a chance to be able to take a part in that kind of.
They need
like,
to all congregate together in a
the
massive ball
emotional
again, though.
impact
I need that to happen.
of the I was there moment. Like, but anyway, yeah, 18 years of Eve. It's fucking cool. I just finished my my twisted tea, so I don't have anything else here to drink readily at the moment. But yeah, shots
Pretend.
to
You can
Eve Online
pretend.
for
I'll drink for you.
18 fucking years old for an MMO. That's a fantastic track record.
Yeah, really, only the best ones in the industry have lasted that long, right? Only the best
Truly.
have lasted that long.
Well, there's
Eve is among
literally
them.
I don't think
4?
there's
Otherwise,
any
it's a free
MMO that
shard.
is 18 years old at
EverQuest.
this
When
point.
did EverQuest?
EverQuest
fall?
still is out.
Is
It's still
EverQuest
up,
older
yeah.
than Eve?
Yes, it's older than WoW.
EverQuest
It-
1 is, but what about 2? Because
Yeah.
I don't think 1 is up anymore.
I was
Two
gonna say,
is-
is it still running?
There's
That's the
one.
thing.
If it's down, it's just recently
Two
down. It's
two
quite
is still
necessary to
going,
leave
but
it
I don't know
down.
how old 2 is. Now,
2
It's
came
a-
out about the same time as WoW.
About the same time.
Two's
WoW
younger than
WoW
Eve.
was 2006, so that's
No,
newer
I
than
vote
Eve.
for
No,
Eve.
it's
WoW was
2000, sorry.
2003 or 4. Yeah.
It was 4.
This
4?
this
Was
will
it
never
4?
end.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
We should move on because this conversation could go on
Oh,
for the rest
Ultima
of the
Online.
night.
That's right. That'd be the oldest one.
RuneScape was the first
Okay,
MMO.
okay, we're
Sorry.
continuing.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah,
all right,
continue.
anyway,
Just go
all the way down the
Matterall,
rabbit
hole.
Matterall,
Matterall,
what
you're
do you-
up.
What do you got?
Continue it, man.
I'm just a guest. I don't. I don't deserve.
You're
I don't
in
deserve
it now.
Your
man.
And
opinion
now the
matters.
spotlight is on
You
don't
don't
get
deserve
to
a
not
spot. Just give,
participate.
just
Yeah.
give a shout out.
Here.
You can just give a shout out to Lollies if
Your
you
shout out
want.
is 4
Yeah,
times
just
more
play my
powerful than ours.
SoundCloud. That'll be it.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, Lolly. I like that. Lolly.
There we go. Thanks, Matterall. Thanks, Matterall. That's a good.
That's a fantastic
take.
final thought.
Yeah,
Impression on
excellent.
myself.
I think it was a fucking fantastic impression of yourself.
Spot on. So I had thoughts about the new player experience and whatever could be an iceberg, because historically we know that those are impressive and you should respect them. But because Manic kind of touched on some of those topics, I'm going to circle back to Logi and how I think that I'm going to do a shout out for anyone out there who flies Logi, because it's Logi is a game of like whack-a-mole. And that once you get over the fact of like I want kill mails and like, oh, I have kill mails. Kill mails are
I
cool.
won't drink the lot.
Then it's I want to create the battle. And it was crazy to hear Drayden talk about it, but the aspect that Flying Logi creates possibly the most memorable battles for other players possible in this space opera that we play is really fascinating to me. And I've certainly also been on that end where after the fleet's over, it was a bloodbath, this, that, and the other, and everybody's like, and holy shit, thanks Logi who kept me up, and you were like, yeah, I was all in on that guy, and we kept going, all these things. It develops some of the most memorable moments, I feel like. And if you haven't trained Logi to 5, you should do it. But everybody should try out Flying Logi. It's very fulfilling in a triage and nursing.
It gives
or
you an
nurturing way.
appreciation for your Logi when you're PvP. If you've flown
Yeah,
Logi before,
It's like
it gives you an appreciation of what they're doing. You kind of
Especially when
understand
a
what's going
random
on. You
bomb
don't-
goes
you
off
take
in
it
your
for
fleet,
granted.
you'll appreciate Logi even more.
it's like if
Random
Eve
bomb or
had,
smart bomb goes off, you're like, oh my god.
If Eve had healers, that's what Logi would be.
Well, here's
Yep.
the thing though. If Eve had healers who oftentimes don't
I'm
generally get.
making a joke.
That's fair.
That's literally what Logi is.
I want to make a parallel though, because in Eve, because of the way we use overviews, a lot of times your healers don't even know what's going on in the battlefield. Like they're not watching the
they're
enemy or
only
Ooh,
watching
we need
friendlies.
raid boss.
Yeah.
But
Which is-
it's also
an incredible element.
we
Where
can't
you're like, and I'm right next to the enemy fleet, but I'm doing my best, and yeah, this is a terrible situation.
we also can't see people except for the 15 limit watch list that we have. We can't see
Yeah, which
people's
is
health
tough.
bars. So if you're taking damage,
Is
we
the
don't
watch
know.
list limited to 15 people?
15, yes.
I didn't know that.
Atrocious.
15 max. So you have
Wow.
to pick and choose.
No,
who
no
you
more,
put on
let's
there.
no,
Channel
no more
to
crying
me.
about Logi.
Yeah, it's always the
Wow.
FC,
Not
the
crying
backup
anymore.
FC, some of the fleet boosters, and then like sometimes some of the
It's
dictators. And
whoever
then
you put on your-
you have your plus
on
one
your watch list.
plus one minus one
If you're
Logi
my
bros.
fleet, you put Dominarch on your list every time.
Yeah, if
no
you're
matter
plus
what.
one minus one Logi, by the time you're getting done with like these are the people that just need to be on the watch list. You have room for sometimes like 2 to 3 people of
and my
random
my
that you can
bros
put on
that I
there.
actually want to keep in the
And,
battle.
and that's when you're like, okay, I know this guy. I like this guy. I'm gonna put him on my watch list.
So and so talks shit about me. He's
This
not making the list.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So it's Logi anchors. Yeah, it's like pretty much, and most of the time you actually don't have room. Most of the time it's like your watch list fills up, and you're like, I don't have all the boosters. I don't have all the dictors. I don't have all the Hictors on the watch list. Although Hictors I tend to not put on as much because most of the time when the
They got a
fleet
tank.
fight goes on, they have their thing going on that you can't rep them anyways. So it's like Hictors, whatever. But recons, all that stuff. It's like your webbing Lokis, like all that stuff. It's like you just don't have the watch list room. It's like you need 25 people that you should put on there, and you have 15 places. So
I
you have
do
to
love the
prioritize.
guy who
Don't
talks shit
listen to
about
that
Logi
CCP,
and
you have
fleet.
75 people you need to put on.
Yeah,
there.
well, I
But
mean, like ideally, you would just have
the
the whole
reality is-
fleet show. You have a window where it's like just shows your whole fleet's health bars, and you can just be like, oh, they need reps, but you can't do that. So
The reality is the longer you do it, they're great guys, and I fly it as best I can. It sounds like Drayden does a lot too. The longer you do it, the more it is the people I like and who I enjoy, and the less of like, and I hope they stay in the fight.
yeah, I mean,
I love hearing somebody badmouth Logi in Fleet and listening or watching the reactions of all the other Fleet members. Because everybody gets pissed off at him for badmouthing Logi.
Hey, fuck you.
if you, I'll just say
that guy's not getting reps.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
the
just say
first
this:
thing I
like,
think
if
to
you
myself,
badmouth
he's not catching
Logi,
reps, he's gonna die.
if you badmouth the Logi in the Fleet, you're
not
getting
getting reps.
immediately removed from the watch list, and
Fuck yeah,
also
you
people
would
are
be.
gonna remember your name, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't see that
And Drayden
broadcast.
put
Who
his
else needs
warriors
reps?"
on you back in the day.
Best
Yeah.
case scenario is they make you broadcast like 3 or 4 times, then they heal, then they rep you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Most case scenario is they don't rep you.
Are we dead yet?
No. Okay, yeah, sorry. Anyway, after show, we're done. Thanks everyone for hanging out.
Later, bitches.
Be
Later,
back in like
bitches.
6 seconds.
We'll catch you later.
Later. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.